Live from Houston, Texas at BBVA Compass Stadium, this is Tiger Football.
It is a cold and dreary night here at BBVA Compass Stadium as the Texas Southern Tigers prepare to play their final game of the season. It is also senior night, and for TSU, the Tigers would love to send their 21 seniors out in style with a big victory tonight over Jackson State. Hello, everyone. I'm Butch Alcindor. With me in the booth, Lemont Williams, and on the sideline, we have Nick Strong. Of course, the Tigers aren't playing without some motivation tonight. They have a lot of motivation because a victory over Jackson State would give TSU its first winning season since 2010.
And they can't help but to get a winning season after getting off to a strong start here in 2014 season.
Let's take a look now at some of the standings from the SWAC, as we can tell you, starting in the East, because that's where Alcorn has already clinched the title. The Braves had a fine year this year, and they are already the champions. Actually, we're taking a look at Grambling and Southern here in the West. And as you can see, TSU down the line at 3-5.
Yeah, TSU at 3-5, but Grambling State is playing outstanding football, winning consecutive games in a row.
As I said, Alcorn has already clinched, and there you can see Jackson State, a 1-16, but they're a lot better than that record.
They have a new head coach, and Coach Jackson, he's going to bring this program back quick and in a hurry.
As always, there are some top players to keep an eye on. Let's start tonight with the TSU Tigers and their wide receiver, number 85, Larry Clark, because this guy doesn't have a lot of numbers, but, boy, when he's on the field, he comes up with some really big plays.
At 6 foot, he's a guy that can get in the air and catch it up high and also can catch it low. Larry Clark III is a great wide receiver.
He's averaging almost 17 yards a grab, and he always seems to make that big catch. Now, on the other side, for Jackson State, their quarterback, number 9 is Lamontez Ivy. Of course, he's got all the skills to be a number 1 quarterback anywhere, and he's shown them so far.
Yeah, 6'3", 225 pounds. He has the size and the ability to get it done. Ivy's a guy that wants to win the game each and every time. If his offensive line blocks on him tonight, Jackson State will win this game.
And his top target is number 81, wide receiver Danny Williams. And this guy can play on the season, 59 catches for 884 yards.
Williams needs 150 yards to go over 1,000 yards. Look for them to go to him early and often.
Of course, the Battle of the Tigers is just minutes away. We will be right back with the kickoff after this.
When we send an IBEW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Why did she pack these things? I ate one by accident last time, and we won. It's good luck. But it tastes like a dirty old tree branch. What the heck is Quino? But this is for first place.
What is that, a loofah?
It's a Quino.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
And welcome back to BBVA Compass Stadium, where the Texas Southern Tigers get set to take on the Tigers from Jackson State. Tigers from TSU have won the toss, and we are about to get this game underway.
Well, I'm excited, Butch. Senior night, 21 seniors. I expect Texas Southern to come out fast and furious on offense.
And it's Darcy Williamson with the kickoff, and it goes deep, and it's going to be handled right there by number 39, Andre Woods. And he cuts right up the middle before he goes down right there at about the 23-yard line. Big stop there. Let's take a look now at the starting offensive lineups for TSU if we can. Of course, on senior night, you want to see a guy like Jamal Small come out and have a real good game. But as you can also see on the play, Davion Porter not in the lineup for the third consecutive game. Jimmy Patipa will replace him in the lineup.
Yeah, he's a big, huge key to this offense, talking about Porter, but also keep your eye on number 1, Fred Plummer III.
And we have a man down on the field. That was on the opening kickoff. So right away on this chilly night, and it's Malik Cross. He was one of the deep men set to return the kick. And, of course, he was leading the blocking for Andre Woods, and now he is down. Well, that is a good sign right there, Lemon. It looks like he's up. He might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. As we take another look inside, it was actually Woods who ran into the back of Malik Cross, and he was injured on the play.
Yeah, friendly fire there. You see the runner actually running in the back of Malik Cross, which pushed him into the Jackson State defender. And you see that Cross is walking off the field. That shows a good sign. A young man out of Fort Washington, Maryland, junior, you want to see him walk off the field, and that's a good sign.
Tigers will start 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. As I mentioned, Jamal Small will be the quarterback. He's calling out the signals. He's a senior from New Jersey. Small has gotten a lot of action this season. Small back to pass. Looks around, dumps it off right there to Jimmy Patipa. He runs out toward the sideline, and he is yanked down right there after a short gain. The tackle made by Arian McCree.
Yeah, Patipa, 5'8", 200-pound sophomore, has earned enough credits the last couple of games for Texas Southern. He's a guy that if you give him the ball in space early and often, he can make some plays for you.
2nd down and 6 coming up. Small hands inside to Patipa, and he is dropped in the backfield. A huge play by number 93, Henderson, in there quickly and making the stop.
Great job there by Henderson, finding a way to get behind the line of scrimmage. This is going to happen. It's the battle up front between the two Tigers. Whoever wins the trenches will win this game.
Now, if the TSU Tigers are looking at a 3rd and 9 from 2nd and 6, so they're going the wrong way. Small calling the signals. He has 3 wide receivers out to his left. The snap. Small's going to throw it. Fires over the middle, has a man, and it is right off of his fingertips. The pass is incomplete. Jamal Hawkins there on the defense.
Hawkins had a great position right there to come down with the receiver. You see it in this replay. Hawkins closing in with the closing speed, but Carpenter, number 16, Carpenter Jr., you have to have, once you get your hands on the football, you got to bring it down.
Stephen Carpenter had a shot at that one, should have hauled it in. So now the TSU Tigers will be forced to punt. Corey Carter on to punt it away. Carter's kick is away. And it's Conrad Brown overtaking a look at it, but he will not get a chance to field the ball, and that is where the Jackson State Tigers will start 1st and 10 from that point. And Lemont, this is a good time. We may ought to mention that Jackson State is playing tonight without 2 of their key players who were suspended after the big fight they had last week in the game against Alabama State. The players are Dylan Douglas, number 48. He's a tight end. But the guy they're going to really miss is number 8, Robert Porter, who's a defensive back and is probably the best defensive back on the team. As you can see, some of the defensive starters gamble at defensive end tonight. Salisbury at linebacker. And in the secondary, Wilcox has been fantastic, and he's out there early on. And a slip on the play, and the Tigers from Jackson State come up with nothing right there. No gain on the play.
And as we sit here in the press box with the windows open, we start to see it starting to miss a little bit and start a light rain. So keep your eye on the field because a lot of players will want to keep their footing. Right, that last play we just saw, Butch, a player falling down.
Robert Johnson on the carry. He loses 3 yards on the play, so it's 2nd and 13. Lamontez back to throw, fires, and he has his man complete. That is a nice gain right there for 4 yards on the play. Is number 84, LaCorey Tucker coming up with a big play right there. Good throw, though.
Yeah, you see Ivy right there just standing tall in the pocket at 6'3", was able to find his target early, give him the ball for a third down.
Lamontez Ivy coming up now with a 3rd and 6. He's looking to throw again. In trouble, steps up in the pocket, pulls it down, cuts inside, and he is close, but I do not think he was able to pick up that first down. Darvion Trahan is up there in a hurry, one of the 21 seniors tonight to make that stop.
Yeah, good closing speed there by Texas Southern as a defense as a whole, be able to close in on Ivy. Ivy's a guy, once he starts to run the ball, he becomes a running back at 6'3", 225. Excellent job there by Texas Southern defense to kind of get him off the field for a 3-and-out.
Trahan, who played his high school ball at Yates, coming in his final home game tonight, making a big stop right there. So the Jackson State Tigers will have to punt the football away. It's Darcy Williamson back to kick it. He gets a hold of it, and it is out near the sideline, and it is out of bounds. Let's see where the officials mark it. It looks like it's out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
And right now, Butch, the battle of the Tigers is really between the two defenses.
And that's where we are right now. We have a 0-0 ball game as we pause for just a couple of minutes.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe, because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you were born ready. Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
Oh, come on! That's a hole!
I hate watching with Ramsey. All he does is yell. They can't hear you, Ramsey. But every time he's come over this year, we've won. And he always brings Bud Light. Little dog won't come out from under the couch. But we're winning. I love you, Ramsey.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
Coach Darryl Asbury and the TSU Tigers getting set for their second possession of the half. Jamal Small at quarterback here as the Tigers start 1st and 10 from their 22-yard line, and the handoff goes inside. A little running room there for Jimmy Patipa as he picks up about 8 yards. Ryan Griffin is there to make the stop. But for now, let's go down to the sideline to Nick Strong for his report.
Yeah, down here on the sidelines, guys, if the Tigers want to get the victory tonight, they're going to have to do it without Davion Porter, the senior all the way from Georgia. He played his last game a couple of weeks ago, and he wants to tell the team that thanks a lot for all that you've done and all the Tiger fans out there in Tigerland. Thanks for inviting him in, and he's going to come back in the offseason and do some training and try to make his way to the next level. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Nick. And that was Jimmy Patipa finishing off another long run. Preston Hughes right there to make the stop for the Jackson State Tigers.
Two really good runs there by Patipa. He can squeeze through the holes. As you saw in that last play, he has enough balance to keep going as well. Patipa, again, has earned the right to start at the running back position after Davion Porter went down. He's a guy who can get it done if he gets that confidence early in the game.
TSU Small hands it to Patipa again. He dances inside and comes away with a couple of yards. Jimmy Patipa is actually the second leading rusher on this team so far this year. He's come away with 296 yards. He got to play last week, of course, when Davion Porter couldn't go. So you're right, this is an opportunity for him to kind of show what he can do.
No doubt about that. For him to be a redshirt sophomore, this is the future for Texas Southern running back right here. And Patipa, if he can continue to build off some success and gain confidence in this season, watch out. Next season, he's going to be unstoppable.
Tigers will come out now. It's a 2nd and 8 for Jamal Small. He sends Cross in motion to the right. Small back to pass. Looking around, fires over the top, has a man. That is the tight end, Billy Rosenberg, and that one was just a tad overthrown. Rosenberg could not make the play. Javancy Jones there defending for the Jackson State Tigers.
Yeah, the 6'5" tight end, Rosenberg, had a step in man coverage. The pass was led a little bit too long there by Small, but you can see Rosenberg, he has the ability to separate from the defender. If the pass was a little bit shorter, it could have been the first down.
TSU Tigers coming up now, looking at a 3rd and 9 to keep this drive alive. 10 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Small with the football, looking downfield, fires high, intended for number 14, that is, excuse me, number 16, Stephen Carpenter. It was 14. And that's Tracy Johnson Jr., and the ball was a pass a little too high for him to make the play.
Yeah, I know it's cold out here, Butch, and it looks like Jamal Small is cold coming out the chute right now for Texas Southern offense. Throwing a lot of high passes to his receivers. The timing is not on right now for Jamal Small.
Corey Carter back to punt for the 2nd time in the game. High, long kick, and waiting for it is Conrad Brown. He makes the fair catch, and the ball will go back over to Jackson State for their 2nd possession of the first half. So far you can feel the two teams kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that the battle of the Tigers right now is the battle of the defenses. Both defenses are shutting the offenses down, and it seems like, for me, Texas Southern, if they can find a way to continue to run the ball for Tipa, they can help.
And to play well, you have to look well, and now is the time to take a look at the team uniforms tonight. Presented by Russell Athletic, TSU is in the maroon and dark jerseys, while the white uniforms are the visitors from Jackson State. Another handoff into the backfield. It's number 20, Robert Johnson, and the Tigers do a good job. The Tigers from TSU do a good job of stacking him up.
Yeah, TSU has a great defense when it comes to pursuit to the football and lateral speed. Those guys can get out and make some plays, especially from the linebacker position.
Second possession of the game for Jackson State. Lamontez Ivy at quarterback. Has a lot of time, and he has his man. That's number 4, Jarius Mole, and he hauls it in. And got Mole for the play, but that is not quite enough for the first down. Actually, it is. They're moving the sticks, so it is a first down. Michael Holmes is there for the stop.
Good pitch and catch there from Ivy to his receiver. It looks like his receiver got contact there as he was bringing the ball down. Excellent job.
Bad snap on the play right there, and Lamontez Ivy picks it up, and he gets what he can get on that, but the TSU Tigers stopped him up for no gain. That's Adrian Gamble there to make the stop.
And Butch, when I had a chance to talk to Harold Jackson, the first-year coach, alum of Jackson State, now back with his alma mater team, he said, one thing we can't do is beat ourselves tonight. And those type of plays right there, botch snaps and fumbles and turnovers, will kill this Jackson State momentum on the road here at BBVA.
Lamontez Ivy tosses it out over near the boundary there, and he has a man that's number 20, hauls it in, Robert Johnson, and he is knocked down after a short gain. And, of course, a lot of people will remember Harold Jackson from his days with the Philadelphia Eagles. I actually had his football card back then.
So you say he was actually a fan at one time. 16 years in the NFL.
Big down coming up for the TSU defense. Lamontez Ivy to pass, throws underneath. He has his man coming across. That's Daniel Williams, and he is hauled down right there. It appeared that he did pick up the first down for the Jackson State Tigers.
And that's really good for Jackson State right now. Daniel Williams is their go-to receiver. If he gets 150 yards here tonight, he will surpass 1,000 yards for the season. So you know Ivy is looking for Williams coming across on that route right there to pick up the first down.
Michael Holmes making the stop for the TSU Tigers. 1st and 10 for Jackson State. Lamontez Ivy hands it again to Robert Johnson. Johnson around the left side, trying to turn the corner, but here come the TSU Tigers, and they make a big stop. Brandon Thomas leading the charge, along with a host of others. Jarius Moore also out there, Darian Claiborne.
And once again, Texas Southern great pursuit to the football. You see in this replay, Ivy decided to cut back left. And watch the pursuit and the closing speed of the Texas Southern defensive players, and it's an outstanding job for TSU.
TSU off to a great start at rushing defense in this game. Of course, they're ranked number 4 against the run in the SWAC. Right there, Ivy with a fake, looking to pass, drops it off. He has a man, that's number 42, it appears, Stacy Noble.
And
45.
They might call Brandon
Jabari
Thomas.
Payton.
They might call Brandon Thomas for a horse collar.
5. Face mask. Number 3 on the defense. 15 yards add on to the end of the run. First down.
Good call. That is our referee, Eddie Kelly, and you were right on the money with that. And it's the first big penalty of the night against TSU, and that's something they were trying to stay away from as they haul down Jabari Payton right there.
Yeah, TSU sometimes can hurt themselves with a lot of penalties early in the game, which hurts them in the second half. If they can minimize that here in this series, they can find a way to get that momentum back.
Jackson State on the move, 1st and 10. The hand goes inside to Johnson, and he picks up a short gain before he is knocked down again. I mentioned the Tigers were 4th in the SWAC against the rush, but when you talk about total defense, TSU is number 2 in the SWAC.
That's good. That's really good for a team that was 2-9 last year. This year, number 2 in total defense. That means that defensive coordinator is getting their team fired up each and every game.
Ivy back to pass, fires, has his man, and he is taken down right there. Daniel Williams with his 2nd catch of the game. Jarius Moore, Brandon Thomas, and a host of Tigers on hand to make the stop.
Another good pitch and catch there from Ivy to his receiver, his number 1 receiver, Williams. Williams is an aggressive receiver, over 6 feet. He's able to fight off the defenders and get the reception.
This has been a nice drive for Jackson State. It's been steady. It was aided by that 1 penalty, but now they have 1st and 10 with the ball on about the 19. Ivy back to pass. Has a lot of time. Fires over the middle in the end zone, and it is incomplete. That's LaTevin Wilcox on the defense for the TSU Tigers.
Good coverage there by Texas Southern on the back end. Even though no pressure up front from the Texas Southern defensive line, you see Ivy scanning the secondary. Good closing speed from the safety for the incomplete pass.
He was trying to hit Jarius Mold right there in the end zone, but the pass was low. Good coverage by LaTevin Wilcox. Wilcox, who hails from Bay City. The handoff goes to Johnson again. He has running room this time, has a hole, cuts left, still on his feet, and is finally knocked down at about the 6. Dondre Dobbins on the stop for TSU.
Jackson State is starting to implement their running game here in the red zone. Good blocking up front there by their guards.
Robert Johnson doing most of the work tonight in the backfield. And now they have it 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. They go to the I formation. Lamontez Ivy loses the football. It is loose, but Johnson falls on it in the backfield. That could have been a huge turnover for the TSU Tigers.
It could have been a huge turnover for Jackson State after building this momentum offensively. Again, Coach Jackson talked to me before the game. He said, we can't beat ourselves with mistakes and miscues. That's another player within this series who was a miscue for Jackson State.
Robert Johnson was very alert to fall on that football because Lamontez Ivy lost it right away. It actually hit one of the pulling guards in the head and bounced further back into the backfield. Second down now for Jackson State. Ivy looking to pass. Under pressure, he slips away, still on his feet, and Jarius Moore pushes him out of bounds right there.
And we see why it's hard to bring Ivy down, because at 6'3", 225, even with a backside blitz there from Texas Southern, he still is able to get away from the pressure, find a way to pick up some positive yards for his offense. Good job there by Ivy.
Bambi Joko had him in the backfield, just could not haul him in. He had his hands on him, but he slipped away. But you were talking about that before the game. What a big physical specimen this guy is at quarterback.
Oh, he's the real deal. I was down there watching him warm up, man. I came back to the press box. I said, Butch, he's legit.
3rd down and 7. Ivy swings it off to Johnson. On the right side, Johnson is knocked down by Michael Holmes right there at about the 3-yard line, and that's going to force a 4th down for Jackson State.
Great job there by Money Mike Holmes. He called himself Money Mike Holmes. Excellent job in the open field. Look at this tackle. You take the runner out from his legs below. Open field tackle right there by Michael Holmes, the senior out of Houston, Texas. Did a great job to stop the momentum of the running back.
Michael Holmes, very alert on the play, came on to knock him down. So now Jackson State will go for the field goal attempt. It's Ryan Deasing on to attempt the field goal. It's going to be a 20-yard kick, a 19-yard field goal. It is up and good. So Jackson State breaks on top first. The Tigers from Jackson State take the lead, and it is 3-0 here in the first as we pause for a quick timeout.
I'm Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
Make the right moves. A-Rocket Moving. You need to call the people who always do it right and work hard day and night to make the right moves. You need people who care, people who make the right moves. A-Rocket Moving.
The environment is my passion. Every day I live for the outdoors and all of its challenges. That's why I enlisted in the Coast Guard. Now, I serve to protect the environment and defend my country. It's like I was born for this.
Were you born ready for a greater challenge? Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
And Jackson State is getting set to kick off the football back to the TSU Tigers. As you can see, Jackson State leads it 3-0 early in this game over TSU.
I thought Jackson State did an excellent job finding a way to build some chemistry offensively, led by Ivy. I thought he was able to get away from some defenders to extend the play, Butch, and it also helped that offensive drive, which led to the field goal.
Darcy Williamson getting set to kick it off for the Tigers from Jackson State. Fred Plummer and Andre Woods back to return for the Tigers from TSU. It's Andre Woods with his second chance. He had the opening kickoff, takes this one up the middle, slips the tackle, and finally he is knocked down right about the 30-yard line.
Want to see?
Let's take a look at that scoring drive because Jackson State, outside of the one penalty that produced a first down, yes, you can see 15 plays, 80 yards. Very impressive.
Yeah, Ivy was able to find his number one receiver in Williams. They had a few luck plays there where they was able to get the ball back, but here you go right there, getting into the close to the goal line, which helped them set up this field goal and get those 3 points.
And a lot of that yardage was on the ground, so they really kept it a nice, long, sustained drive. TSU with the football now. Jamal Small hands it inside. Jimmy Patipa cuts back, and he is knocked down right there by a host of defenders, including Stacy Noble. Let's head down right now to Nick Strong for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, you see number 15 in the game tonight, Jamal Small. That's all because Homer Causey, he has to sit out for the rest of the season, and of course this is the last game. I talked to him right before the game started, and he says that he does have one more year, and he's going to get into grad school, and he's going to be working hard in the offseason because he is waiting to get back on his football field next season. He says Texas Southern has been one of the best places to him of all times, and he can't wait to come back here in BBVA Compass Stadium to kick off the 2015-2016 season next season. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Nick. As you can see, Small's pass was high, intended for Plummer, got his hands on it, but he could not pull that one in.
Yeah, thus far all the passes from Smalls has been high to his receivers. He can find a way to close that window, passing window. Maybe this passing game get off the ground.
Small hands it to Patipa on the draw play, and he is knocked down right away by Javancy Jones, knocking him down. How much, Lemont, do you think the weather has to do with the fact that Jamal may be a little off right now with his passes?
Well, it's not raining as of right now, but as far as it being cold and crisp, it can play a little bit in this timing. I mean, Texas Southern does a lot of passing, especially to the outside, to their receivers, so it can throw off his timing a little bit. However, you know, any chance for you to try to throw to your receivers and you have the window to do that, you got to hit them right in the numbers, and his accuracy is off right now in the first quarter.
Corey Carter's kick is fair caught there by Conrad Brown, so that is where Jackson State will start with the ball. Yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes it's just very difficult to loosen up, you know, to loosen up well and to stay loose throughout the game.
No, it takes some time for a quarterback to get going. I mean, everybody's different. You know, it's kind of cold out here. Well, it's really colder than what it is. It seems on TV, but right now, Jamal Small is real cold offensively.
Lamontez Ivy scrambling out of the pocket to his left. He is finally tracked down right there by number 44, Amir Bloom. Nice tackle by Bloom, not giving up on the play, giving chase and knocking him down.
Amir Bloom, Texas Southern top defender on the defensive line. Look at this closing speed for the 6'5", 6'6" defensive end. Reminds me a lot of Michael Strahan, alum from Texas Southern. He's trying to chase down Michael Strahan's sack record this season as well.
I think Ivy also saw Claiborne coming there pretty quick and thought it might be better just to get down. Second down and 8 yards to go. Ivy hands it inside. Johnson slips the tackler coming around the right side, and he is knocked down. That is Jarius Moore, knocked down by Dondre Dobbins. Number 3, Jarius Moore. So now we have 2 Jarius Moores tonight. You have number 33 for the TSU Tigers, and you have number 3 right there running the ball for Jackson State.
Well, I'm going to go with number 3, and he did an excellent job. And Moore there, he was able to get away from the defenders, and that's going to hurt Texas Southern defense as Jackson State continue to push offensively.
Ivy's pass is incomplete on 1st and 10. He had a man who was open, but that pass was low. Derek Lyles putting the pressure on the play.
You can't give up those type of runs if you're Texas Southern here at home on senior night. You got to keep them within good distance. Any breakaway runs like that will get to the second level and put more pressure on your secondary to make tackles in the open field.
Second down and 10 for the Jackson State Tigers. Lamontez Ivy checking out his field, dumps it off underneath to his running back. That's Jarius Moore, and he is hit hard and knocked down right there.
Well, Coach Harold Jackson, the first-year coach and alum for Jackson State, is mixing up the play calling here. He's going from right to left, and he's stretching out the Texas Southern defense. You want to see, are they well-conditioned in this cold weather as they call a timeout right here.
Trey Walker on the stop, and so far that makes it the end of the first quarter, and as we head to break, it's the Jackson State Tigers leading the TSU Tigers 3-0.
Hello, I'm Alan Helfman, Vice President of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. This is my friend and customer, Miss Georgia Provost. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Chrysler 300. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Ellen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby and the Southwest Freeway.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you were born ready. Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
It's the end of an era.
All the parties, the stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell.
You were my first.
What? I knew it. I knew it.
It's true.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I broke your leg. I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa. Check out this new couch.
And we are back at BBVA Compass Stadium where the Jackson State Tigers are on the move. They have a third down from the 47-yard line. Lamontez Ivy looking around under some pressure, scrambles out to the right, being chased by Jarius Moore, fires, and it is complete. He finds its man, is number 4, Jarius Mole, who hauls it in for the catch. Michael Holmes is there for the big stop.
Outstanding job there by the receiver to come across the field. You see Ivy escaping pressure. His receiver knowing that he's going to get hit by the defenders from Texas Southern, was still able to concentrate. You see that there going high for the ball, but get low enough before the defenders come in for the kill shot.
Lamontez Ivy with the snap, looking to pass again, has a man wide open over the middle. That is number 45, Jabari Payton. A nice play. He is knocked down by Brandon Thomas.
And right now, that's the soft spot for Texas Southern's zone defense is across the middle. Ivy is exposing that the last 2 plays. He wants to spread everyone out, but the receivers are coming across the middle, and Ivy is hitting them for the positive yards.
Ivy with another low snap, handles the football, keeps it up the middle, slashes inside, and Ivy with a big gain before he's pulled down by Brandon Thomas.
Big gain by a big quarterback, 6'3". Even though it was a bad snap, he was able to pick it up and turn to a running back. You see a low snap once again, but Ivy decides to become a running back and just takes off and picks up the first down.
You know, these guys are 1-6 in the SWAC, but they're not playing like it tonight. I mean, they look really sharp offensively. Ivy with the pass over to the left side, and that's Evan Ingram is knocked down by Trey Walker. Big hit by Trey Walker.
Trey Walker, all SWAC cornerback for Texas Southern. Good closing speed, 6'3" corner. With that type of speed and those type of plays right there in the open field, I tell you one thing, Butch, we'll see Trey Walker playing on Sunday next year.
That's how you come up and rock it, though. He kind of knows you're there after a hit like that. That's going to bring up a second down for Jackson State. We're getting a look, though, on this drive why Jackson State has the #1 passing offense in the SWAC. They really throw the football well. Ivy back to throw again. Under pressure, the pass is tipped up in the air and almost picked off by Brandon Thomas. He had a good look at it, just could not get to it in time. Good pressure, though, by the TSU front. Justin Wheat getting back there.
Justin Wheat, the 6'4" senior night, comes in from the front side, knocking the ball up high out of Ivy's hand.
The second time TSU has almost come away with a big turnover in this game, and they just quite didn't get it. So we have third down and about 12 yards to go for Jackson State. Lamontez Ivy looking to throw again. Has time, fires. It is almost intercepted. The pass is incomplete, but we have a flag down near the quarterback, and it may be a late hit. We will see.
Well, Wheat
just
looks like it might have been holding.
That would be a good. Yes, it is. So Jackson State's going to be guilty of holding.
Offense, number 75. And penalties decline. 4th down.
Yeah, it initially looked like holding. As you saw, Justin Wheat fights from the top side here against 2 guys. Was able to get in the backfield, but good opportunity right there. Missed opportunity by Texas Southern secondary, as they had a chance. Multiple guys had a chance to catch that pass for an interception.
Dondre Dobbins had a shot at it and almost pulled it in. That would have been that turnover we were talking about. Ryan Deasing on to attempt his second field goal of the night. This one from 35 yards. Deasing's kick is up, and it is good. So the Jackson State Tigers have added 3 more to their score. And as we head to break, it's Jackson State leading the TSU Tigers 6-0 in the second quarter.
define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
And the Tigers from Jackson State running back onto the football field, trying to protect a 6-0 lead over the TSU Tigers.
And right now, the battle of the Tigers the winner goes to right now Jackson State, because they're controlling the momentum. They're taking advantage of all the opportunities presented to them offensively. Unfortunately, they have not scored a touchdown, but they have a good kicker, field goal kicker, and they have 6 points thus far. Texas Southern has to find a way, Bush, to get back into this game. If it's a senior night, they got to find a way offensively. Jamal Smalls has to complete his passes this series, in my opinion.
The kick from Williamson will be handled by Andre Woods. He bobbles it, starts upfield, and he's in a lot of trouble. And Woods goes down right there, number 62, Kadora Smith, coming in to drop the hammer.
And those type of plays does not help your offense. As you see in the scoring drive, Jackson State started right there with Ivy hitting across the middle to his receiver. Getting his players out in space helps them offensively, but pressure by Justin Wheat helped Texas Southern defensively kind of slow down this offense and force another field goal for Jackson State.
11 plays, 44 yards, so it was another one of those good, long, solid drives. Deasing with the field goal, his second of the night, and we are 6-0 Jackson State as TSU takes the football on the attack. Jimmy Patipa sweeping left and is knocked down at about the 21-yard line by Ryan Griffin.
And Patipa's been the only bright spot for the Texas Southern Tigers here at BBVA Coppin Stadium. Texas Southern is really right now in this first half a one-dimensional team. They can run the ball with Patipa, but when they start to pass the ball, it forces them to go 3 and out.
Yeah, they've had some receivers open, though, and Small just has not been able to hit him. He's been a little off, and we talked about it earlier. I'm not sure if it's the cold weather tonight or what's going on, but he's been just a little off with his passing. Small back to pass again. Unloads quickly, it's blocked, and Small makes a great play there. The pass was blocked up in the air, and he did the smart thing just to knock it into the ground.
Yeah, that was smart for him to knock it down to the, into the ground so you can live another down. But you got to give credit to Jackson State defender there, trying to get his number. Looks like it's number 44 for Jackson State. And McCree, their top defensive player, was able to knock down the football for his defense.
Arian McCree getting that push, and he couldn't get to the quarterback, so he did the next best thing. He got his hands up.
Looking like J.J. Watt out there.
He did, a big swat. Third down now and about 5 for TSU. Small against the blitz. Has time, though, looking deep for a man. He's tried to get Plummer, and it is off of his fingertips and incomplete.
Antonio Sutton there, the defensive back, 5'11", 190 junior out of Miami, Florida. Outstanding job in the man-to-man coverage.
He did. He was with him step for step. That was a really nice job of coverage.
But unfortunately, it's another 3 and out for Texas Southern. Again, no continuity offensively. 3 and out is killing their momentum and their hopes here in this first half.
Corey Carter's punt is high and deep. And the Jackson State Tigers tried to fair catch it, and the ball is bobbled by Brown. Let's see who got on it. He got back on it in time, though. Big play right there by the TSU defense. That is where Jackson State will start from. And we will take a short break now and come back in just a minute to BBVA Compass Stadium, where Jackson State is clinging to a 6-0 lead.
When we send an IBW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
Fans are a little cold tonight, but they're trying to wait for TSU to do something to warm them up on offense. We start with Jackson State with the football here. Lamontez Ivy decides to keep up the middle, slips away from one tackler, hit hard, still on his feet, and finally he's knocked down. Bammy Joko and several Tigers there to knock him down. Brandon Thomas also on the play.
And we can see there why it's hard to bring down Ivy at 6'3". This guy, man, is a tough load to take on as the player's down right now for Texas Southern.
And, of course, this season you were able to watch every home game live via our web stream at tsuball.com/live. tsuball.com, your #1 source for Tiger football. And you can see one of the Tigers from TSU shaking up on the field, but he's getting up, and that is always a good sign. It could be Jarius Moore. I'm not sure. It looks like it might be number 33. But he's talking to the doctors there.
And we have a quick second here, Butch. I looked at the stats. Before we do that, look at the replay. You see the defender comes up on Ivy. Again, he's hard to bring down by one player. As other players comes in there, someone fell on another person's leg. But real quick, Butch, I've just looked at the first quarter stats. And the thing that jumps out to me the most is time of possession. Jackson State had the ball for 10 minutes, whereas Texas Southern only had it for 4. So anytime you can control the clock on the road, you're winning this game.
Second down and about 4 for Jackson State. Lamontez Ivy with a beautiful pass has his man. It is complete at the 30, and that is a first down.
Excellent play call there by Coach Jackson, the head coach for Jackson State. He goes with the fake pump to the outside. You see Ivy sells the fake, and as all the defenders been on the fake, the receiver was able to escape behind the cornerback for the first down.
That's Deshaun McKenzie making the catch for Jackson State and giving the Tigers from Jackson State the first down. Ivy tries to hand it inside, but the ball is loose. They mishandled the handoff. It is fumble, and Adrian Gamble may have gotten on that football. Let's see for the Tigers as they unstack. Jackson State is going to keep the football, looks like.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, but this game is about momentum and breaks, and right now all the breaks are going for Jackson State.
There it is. It's the third time they bobbled the ball today. Tried to put the handoff in. Johnson never had it. The ball is loose, and Gamble had a good shot at it.
Yeah, Ivy tried to go with the zone read there, and he decided at the last second to keep it for himself, but the running back thought he had the ball, and he was able to get it back.
Second down, the pass is over to Jarius Moore, and he is pulled down from behind by Amir Bloom. Amir Bloom giving chase, continuing to hustle to the football.
Good hustle there for Bloom. You got to understand, early this season, Amir Bloom had suffered an ankle injury, and he had won the last home game we was here too, Butch. And for him to use that closing speed on the backside of that running back, that shows that he's back to 100%.
Well, and he's been injured a lot this season, but he plays hard every game. Lamontez Ivy with a pass behind his intended receiver. He was open over there in the flats. It's number 18, Conrad Brown. Ball is skipped in low. Now, you know, one of the big matchups tonight, I mentioned before that Jackson State is number 1 in the SWAC in pass offense. The TSU Tigers also number 1 in pass defense.
Yeah, they're head-to-head battle between the top offensive players or wide receivers against the top defensive players, especially the secondary. Texas Southern is loaded in their secondary with seniors. Trey Walker is a guy that jumps out the mind for me. At 6'3", I believe he has the ability and the speed to play at the next level in the NFL.
Okay, J-State going for it on 4th down, 4th and about 7, and the pressure and the pass is incomplete. Amir Bloom was in his face on that big 4th down play, so we wanted a big turnover, and there it is right there.
Yeah, that's much needed there by Texas Southern. You see Ivy coming up a little gently, holding his shoulder and walking off the field, but you see in this replay, pressure from the outside, good swim move from the top defender as Bloom and Wheat was able to get in there and put pressure on the quarterback.
They got back there in a hurry and pressured him, not only forced the incomplete pass, but as Ivy walked off the field, as you mentioned, he looked like he was a little shaken up on the play.
And as I look across the field, the training staff and the coaches are trying to guide him to the sideline.
TSU Tigers go to the backup quarterback in there, and he hands it to Patipa. That is Mario Smalls. So not to make this confusing, you had Jamal Small, number 15, Small, who started, and now you have Mario Smalls, number 13, who's seeing his action tonight.
Yeah, Coach Asbury switches up and go with Mario Small as the quarterback because the chemistry and the rhythm was off for Jamal Small.
And there's Patipa sweeping right, breaking through. Nice blocking on the play, and he has a big gain, bringing it all the way down into Jackson State territory. Javancy Jones came in on the stop.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, before the game, Coach Asbury said that he wanted to take a look at Mario Smalls, and the young man hadn't played much this year, so it's kind of interesting that he put him in this game, such a tight game at a key point in this game.
And believes, and it also shows that he has a lot of confidence in the young man to put him in, being downhill on senior night.
Patipa again, inside.
Mario Smalls with the quarterback keeper.
Actually, it was Mario Smalls keeping on that zone read for a nice play. Arian McCree is the one who made the stop.
Smalls decided to keep it himself and was able to pick up some positive yards. The redshirt freshman, Mario Smalls, is looking like he's going to be the future for Texas Southern if he's continuing to build and help this team get back into this game.
Tigers have a 2nd and 5 coming up. Smalls right there completes his pass. Over on the left side, it's number 14, Tracy Johnson, who is spun down after making a nice catch.
And here's the big test right now for Mario Smalls. It's 3rd down. You're in the 3rd down position. Jamal Smalls struggled at 3rd down. Can Mario Smalls help Texas Southern pick up the 1st down?
Smalls hands it inside to Denson, and he is cracked down right there after a short gain.
To me, this is 4-down territory if you're Texas Southern and Coach Asbury. You cannot afford to give up this momentum as Mario Smalls comes in here and brings an added spark to this offense.
Brandon Thomas helping with the stop. So this is going to be a key down. We saw just a minute ago Jackson State going for it on 4th down, and now TSU has a 4th and about a yard and a half, and they're going to go for it. Mario Smalls has Patipa in the backfield. The snap, he hands it to Jimmy, and Jimmy is hit once, hit twice, and he is going to go down, and it appeared to be short of the 1st down. Ronald Fuller was leading the charge.
And also number 54, Sean Bishop, the linebacker freshman, was able to come in 9th down and close that gap real fast. Good job there for Jackson State defense.
You can see the rain starting to come down. 6:42 to go in the 2nd quarter. We're going to pause for timeout with Jackson State leading TSU 6-0.
Hello, I'm Alan Helfman, Vice President of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. This is my friend and customer, Miss Georgia Provost. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Chrysler 300. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Allen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby and the Southwest Freeway.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you were born ready. Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
Ugh, why did she pack these things? I ate one by accident last time, and we won. It's good luck. But it tastes like a dirty old tree branch. What the heck is Quino? But this is for first place.
What is that, a loofah?
It's a Quino.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
It is a chilly night here at BBVA Compass Stadium, and the Jackson State Tigers are leading the TSU Tigers 6-0 here in the second quarter. J-State with the football. The handoff inside, big hole right there for Jarius Moore. He fumbles the football, but is picked up by his own teammate. How about that? Michael Perkins was right there on the spot to pick up the fumble, and boy, I tell you what, that ball's bouncing right for Jackson State right
Another
now.
break for Jackson State this first half. I tell you, they had so many breaks here in this first half, which is helping their offense stay on the field.
That's a first down. So the ball was fumbled by Jarius Moore and picked up by his teammates, and so they keep it going. This is Johnson pounding his way over the right side, picking up about 5 yards. Zacchaeus Bamijoko was there to make the stop for TSU. That's another young man who's played well this year. When he's gotten his chance, he's got out there and he's made some tackles.
But right now, it seems like they're going with a heavy dose of Robert Johnson, the freshman running back for Jackson State.
J-State running the football again. It is out.
And recovered.
And it's recovered, looks like, by number 79, J. Del Roy.
Robert Johnson is running hard as a freshman. But you see Texas Southern defenders.
You can see Claiborne
pulling
that ball
they're going in there. I mean, you teach your players to play till the whistle is blown. They're stripping for the ball and trying to find a way to give it back to their offense.
The Jackson State players are just playing some alert football right now because that ball has been all over the place. Ivy with another handoff inside and nowhere to go. Tigers were waiting for that one. The TSU Tigers stacked it up really quick. That's Jarius Moore. Not much on the play. Amir Bloom and company.
What's interesting right now for me, Butch, is the fact that we haven't seen one pass by Ivy. You remember, he went to the sideline a little shaken up in the last series. For them to come out with a heavy dose of running the ball, I want to see when he's going to throw the ball and if he can continue to connect with his receivers like he did before that play.
That's a good point because he looked like he had injured that shoulder when he walked off. He was trying to shake it off, but he's back in the ball game, and they have a first down for Jackson State. Ivy again with a nice fake, looking to pass, under pressure, scrambles out of the pocket, and he goes down as Justin Wheat giving chase on the play. He'll get credit for the tackle.
Smart play there by Ivy to be able to slide down and not take a big shot there from the defenders. As the pressure comes from the backside, Ivy feels that pressure, but decides at the last second, you know what, I'm going to just go ahead and slide and live for second down. You don't see that a lot of the young players, especially sophomores. They want to take plays and hits head on, but you want to learn how to slide early in your career.
It's like he could sense the pressure and he went down. Ivy this time hands it off inside. And Jarius Moore has no place to go. He's spun down by Adrian Gamble.
Well, here we go. If you're Texas Southern, especially defensively, you got to find a way to stop Jackson State on third down. Just a simple handoff. Good job there for the defender for Texas Southern, number 551, to get off his block and make a play.
The TSU defense so far has done a really, really good job of kind of holding the ship until the offense can kind of get rolling here.
Yeah, offensively they're struggling. Defensively they're trying their best here in this first half.
Ivy again scrambles out of the pocket, takes a big hit. And that's going to be a personal foul on Jarius Moore for targeting. but he came up from his linebacker spot and made a big hit on the quarterback as he scrambled out of the pocket.
Jarius Moore, the junior out of North Shore High School here in Houston, Texas, took a big shot there, kill shot on Ivy, which is going to eventually hurt their defense.
Lamontez Ivy, we were just talking about, he appeared to be shaken up a little earlier in this game, and watch this. This is a big hit.
Yeah, it's a big hit.
First and 5, defense, roughing the passer, with targeting. Number 33 is disqualified from the game.
Wow.
He did call him for targeting, so that means Jarius Moore is done for the night.
That's what I said. That play right there was a bang-bang play. Eventually, it hurts your defense overall. You see Ivy just gets away from the pressure. As he steps up in the pocket to the outside, here come Moore. And, as a defender and former defensive player myself, it's kind of hard to judge that when you come in full speed. But eventually it ends up hurting the defense of Texas Southern.
They called him for targeting. To really hurt the TSU Tigers because Moore is their leading tackler on the season with 69 tackles. And it's another big first down. So we saw it earlier in the game where a penalty came up and really hurt TSU and cost them some points, and that could be the case again here.
And another thing, look how tough, Lamontez Ivy is. For him to continue to take these type of shots from Texas Southern defense and bounce right back up and get right back in that huddle and lead his offense right now speaks volumes.
He's a big quarterback, and he's having to prove it today by taking some shots, but it's going to be another first down for Jackson State. Ivy's going to throw it, fires into the end zone, and he has his man, and he dropped it. It appeared to be a Jackson State touchdown, but the pass was dropped on the play by the receiver, number 80. Michael Perkins.
Good closing speed by number 25, Dobbins, as he gives up his body to stop the play. And it also looks like number 29, Wilcox.
Latevin Wilcox, he's the guy that knocked it free because, as you can see, number 80 was open on the play, and the football was right on the money, but Perkins could not hang on after the big hit, and we have a Tiger down in the end zone, and it looks like it's Dondre Dobbins.
Yeah, he was also in that play coming from the opposite side, and they kind of hit each other. He hit his own player, but you see that anytime you see a player lay on the field and he gets up and runs off on his own power, you got to clap your hands for that.
Dobbins and Wilcox making the big play because really to deny Jackson State a touchdown because that ball was right on the money. He knew he was going to get hit, went to try to pull it in, but could not hold on.
Texas Southern can't say they're not in this game because their defense is doing an outstanding job in my opinion. Even though they're giving up some long drives, offensively, they need to step up, especially in the second half.
Lamontez Ivy keeps under pressure. He throws as he was hit, and the pass is incomplete. It goes right through number 84, LaCorey Tucker's hands. But what a play. We keep talking about how strong Ivy is. He's being tackled. He stood up in the pocket and made the throw.
And also it helps to be 6'3", for him to look over the offensive lineman and still see his player there for a pass. Smart play there. Just a tough individual to bring down. I'm talking about Lamontez Ivy.
Big play. Quentin Salisbury had his hands on Ivy, but, you're going to have to put the pads on that guy if you're going to bring him down. So big third down coming up for Jackson State. Can the TSU defense turn them back again? Ivy with a fake. Trying to pass it. Has to scramble under pressure. Slips away from Wheat. Slips away again, and Ivy is finally knocked out of bounds right near the sidelines.
Man, this kid is special. For him to be a sophomore, Jackson State is watching their future quarterback here, and Lamontez Ivy. Just watch this film. Just watch the highlight. He just breaks away from one defender and the second defender, but also has the smarts to get out of bounds for the offense. I talked to Coach Jackson before the game. He talked about how he found a diamond in the rough in Ivy, and I can definitely see that here tonight, especially in this first half.
Good job pushing him out of bounds. Ryan Deasing on to attempt his third field goal of the game. This one from 37 yards, and it is up. And he is no good on the kick. So again, the TSU defense stepping up to turn away Jackson State. That's a huge stop right there.
Huge stop for Texas Southern. They can find a way to put their 2-minute offense together here with Mario Smalls, the redshirt freshman, and gets a touchdown, they're right back into this game.
Smalls is coming back into the ball game, but while we have a minute, don't miss the TSU Tigers men's basketball team take on the Lamar Cardinals on November 28th. That will be at 3 p.m. at the Health and PE Arena. Tickets are on sale now, so log on to tsuball.com to get yours today. Tigers should have a fine basketball season this year, but they're trying to win a football game tonight. Smalls with the pass, and it is complete to Carpenter for 5 yards. He's spun down by Justin Jimison over there making the tackle.
And for the young quarterback in Mario Smalls, he has to understand when you make those type of passes across the field, it hurts your offense because you got to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
2nd and 5 for the TSU offense. Mario Smalls back to pass, has his man, and that's Larry Clark. Good catch, and he got the first down.
And those are the type of passes he needs to make, going towards the sideline. It gives your receivers a chance to make the reception and get out of bounds. And like Texas Southern alums always say, move those chains. Good pitching chats right there.
First down for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Jimmy Patipa. He finds some open room before he is upended right there in the secondary. A big hit by Kwame Bowers.
And if we had to give an MVP to offensive player for Texas Southern, it had to be Patipa. He's been running hard all first half for Texas Southern. I like his energy. Hopefully he can continue that in the second half.
It was Brandon Smith on the stop for the Jackson State defense. Big hit there. Tigers, though, with a first down. Bad snap. Ball gets away from Mario Smalls, and he makes the best of it. He picks it up and runs right up the middle. Nice play. Lavika Mayo is there for to make the stop.
It's a quick decision there by Mario Smalls to pick up the ball and lean forward for at least 1 or 2 yards.
We have a timeout on the field. Coach Darrell Asbury talking to his troops. It would be such a huge lift. We have 1:09 to go in the second quarter if these guys can go down there and put some points on the board right now.
It'd be a huge lift as well for the seniors. It's senior night. They have 21 seniors on the team for Texas Southern. They got to find a way to get into that end zone, get this crowd back into the game, and find a way to take advantage of the second half of Jackson State.
Mario Smalls seeing the action tonight in the backup role, and he's a redshirt freshman, and what a spot to be a redshirt freshman to be out on the field in this game.
Redshirt freshman leading the seniors on senior night.
TSU is looking at a second down. As I said, 1:09 to go in the second quarter. They trail Jackson State 6-0 in this ball game. Mario Smalls back to pass. Tries to get the screen off to Denson. He does. Denson has no place to go. A lot of white shirts over there, and it's going to be a big loss for TSU as Denson is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Ryan Griffin again making the stop.
Bad decision there by Denson. Once he gets the ball here, take the momentum up the field. You never want to go backwards, especially in the 2-minute offense. And it looked like he dropped the ball and recovered at the last second.
That screen, though, did not fool anybody on that play. There were like 5 white shirts over there. Now you have a 3rd and about 17 to go for the first down. Mario Smalls looking to pass. Under pressure. He's hit and dropped, and the ball is loose. And let's see if TSU was able to get it back. It appeared they did come up with it. Keandre Anderson putting on the pressure, but it was Marvin Holly who came up with the recovery.
And Mario Smalls has never had a chance to settle his feet as a quarterback when he's had an opportunity to pass the ball. Pressure, good pressure there from Jackson State. You just see him always on the go. Never had a chance to settle his feet and throw the ball.
Actually, it's Jamie Gleaton who came up with that ball. A nice recovery. You talk about being in the right spot at the right time, but that might have been redshirt freshman. Welcome to the SWAC on this series. They did a good job of putting the pressure on him, and now the Tigers will have to punt the football away with 3 seconds to go in the half.
Missed opportunity there for Texas Southern offensively. They had 2 minutes and 14 seconds. They tried to find a way to get going. Patipa was able to bust that run open for them, but they didn't cross the 50-yard line. He never had an opportunity to put any points up.
That's a great sign, though. You see the redshirt freshman on the sidelines, and he's getting help from Jay Christopher there, and also Jamal Small in there trying to give him some word of advice. Jay Kristoff, who's normally the backup quarterback, and look at him. They're talking philosophies and talking plays and where he should look on certain plays.
Well, it shows that it's not, it's still a competition, but these guys are still rooting for each other, and that's a big thing.
Corey Carter's punt is fielded, taken in, and going to be dropped down right there. It's number 4. Jarius Moe was back to return the kick. And that will do it for the first half. So, exciting from the standpoint of defense. We got to saw the number 1 defense and total defense go against the number 1 passing unit. And the TSU Tigers defense was very, very impressive if they could just get some points on the board.
Yeah, defensively, Texas Southern was able to hold it down, but offensively they could not counter and help their defense and try to put some points on the board. But Jackson State, for the most part, controlled this game by controlling the clock. Ivy did an excellent job by moving the ball down the field. Jackson State got a lot of breaks as well. I mean, they was able to recover a lot of fumbles that they caused themselves, which helped them keep that momentum and put 6 points on the board.
That's a good sign, and that ball may bounce a different way in the second half, because if you can force turnovers and shorten the field, your opportunity to score increases. And TSU had several of those footballs they almost got their hands on. There were 3 specifically that we were talking about where they just almost came up with it.
And it comes down for Texas Southern in the second half, the quarterback play.
Let's go down to Nick Strong right now, who's standing by with Coach. Nick?
I'm here with
Now observe, as with class and style. The first thing is that the next come on the mind. You raise sleep, music go. And you can't do it, but you know. I ain't no song. You know what I can't do anything, bro. I said out loud, I'm talking about the slip. Right now, anyway, it's time for the step. We call.
Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
When we send an IBEW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Welcome to the One Night Halftime Show. I'm Butch Alcindor along with Lemont Williams. And what can we say about the first half? 6-0 Jackson State leading Texas Southern. But one thing, looking at these stats, you can tell TSU has to run the football more because Jimmy Patipa, 11 carries for 73 yards.
And he was their MVP in the first half. He played hard-nosed football for Texas Southern. What hurt Texas Southern was their third down conversions. It was 0 for 6 on third down.
Let's move to the tape and take a look at some of that action from the first half. Jimmy Patipa got the running game going, but the Tigers had hardly any success at all passing the football. But we start with Jackson State on the move, and that's Johnson taking the swing pass right there from Ivy.
Yeah, Lamontez Ivy was a key general for the Jackson State offense. They got a lot of breaks in the first half, was able to recover some fumbles, but it was all Ivy spreading the ball out from left to right, helping that offense sustain their drives, and which led to 2 field goals in the first half.
Deasing had 2 field goals. He missed a third, or it would have been 9-0. But Lamontez Ivy was very consistent, but he also took his licks and had to hang in that pocket.
Yeah, pressure coming from all angles from Texas Southern against Ivy. But at 6'3", 225 pounds, the young man showed his toughness in the first half for Jackson State.
That ball almost intercepted by Dobbins. We talked about how it was the top passing offense in the SWAC versus the top pass defense in the SWAC, and it was pretty much a draw in the first half.
Yeah, Texas Southern defense played hard. You see right there Wilcox with the kill shot on Ivy.
Yeah.
But for me, I thought Texas Southern defense played hard-nosed football in the first half.
Jarius Moore ejected from the game for that hit. He was called for targeting. They're going to miss him because he's the leading tackler. But there's Ivy showing that strength. He was being pulled down, still managed to get the football away.
But here we go. Here's the guy, Patipa. He has to get the ball in the second half, and Texas Southern will find a way to get in this game.
They go to the redshirt freshman, Mario Smalls, with an S on, and this guy got in with the game on the line. I mean, and he didn't do too bad.
He didn't do it bad at all. To me, he has to be more settled in the second half. When it comes to him throwing the ball, it seemed like he was a little bit rattled. They got to find some chemistry and rhythm at that quarterback position.
That big offensive line, though, opened some holes for Patipa, and he tried to take full advantage, and the Tigers will have to do more of that in the second half. Looking at the stats now from the first half, as you can see, total yards, only 71 for TSU as compared to 160 for Jackson State.
And we see also that Texas Southern is a one-dimensional team, running the ball only 63 yards and passing for 8 yards. It played right in the hand for Jackson State's defense.
What do you think's going on with that passing? You passed for 8 yards in the first half. Jamal Small, he was a little off. It looked like he was a little high with a lot of his passes early.
The timing was off. We thought it was a little bit of the weather as well. The fact that it's cold out here, it takes a while for quarterbacks to get going. But it's a sense of urgency for Texas Southern here tonight on senior night with 21 seniors.
What do you expect to see from TSU in the second half?
Well, TSU is a team that make great halftime adjustments. Coach Darrell Asbury does a great job, and his assistant coaches does a great job of making halftime adjustments. I expect them to come out and be very aggressive offensively, continue to run the ball, but watch them air it out as well.
Well, the good news is they've had so much success in the first half on defense. Tigers #1 in total defense in the SWAC because they're going to have to kick the football off to start the second half. So early on, they will be relying on that defense again.
Yeah, that defense got to come out and play hard-nosed football against Lamontez Ivy. He's a guy at 6'3", 225. If you allow him to stem plays with his legs and find a way to get the ball to his receivers, this game might be over in the third quarter.
Who do you think they will go with at quarterback?
Well, Texas Southern,
yes.
I believe that Coach Asbury will come back with Mario Smalls.
Okay, we will find out in just a minute. Second half kickoff coming up after these messages.
I hate watching with Ramsey. All he does is yell. They can't hear you, Ramsey. But every time he's come over this year, we've won. And he always brings Bud Light. Little dog won't come out from under the couch. But we're winning. I love you, Ramsey.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
The environment is my passion. Every day I live for the outdoors and all of its challenges. That's why I enlisted in the Coast Guard. Now, I serve to protect the environment and defend my country. It's like I was born for this.
Were you born ready for a greater challenge? Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
Hello, I'm Alan Helfman, Vice President of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. This is my friend, Miss Georgia Provost. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Chrysler 300. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Ellen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby and the Southwest Freeway.
Welcome back to BBVA Compass Stadium. As you can see, Jackson State leading Texas Southern 6-0 at the half. And Lemont, and this is a game that Coach Asbury would love to win for a lot of reasons. One, it would give him a winning record for the first time since 2010, but also he used to be a quarterback at Jackson State. When I came in tonight to do the game, he was downstairs visiting with some of the coaches and catching up with some of his old friends. So, you know, to go back and beat your old school, he would love it.
Oh, no question about that. He has a lot of pride, and he's very competitive, Coach Asbury. For him to come out and play against his alma mater, a team that he played for and has success as a quarterback position, you best believe he has his guys believing and fired up for this second half.
Tigers will come in. As we said, they will have to kick it off to get the second half underway. And that's going to be very, very important if that defense can come out and pick up right where they left off.
Play hard-nosed football. Try to minimize the kill shots and personal fouls and just play solid football. Continue to be aggressive as well. Texas Southern did an excellent job, in my opinion, stripping away for the football and trying to find ways to create turnovers.
Chris Medina kicks it off, and we are underway in the second half. The ball is taken in right there by number 36, Alexander Montgomery, and he is knocked down right there by Demetrius Johnson to make the stop, and that is where the Tigers from Jackson State will start 1st and 10 here in the second half. So they start with a 6-0 lead. Jackson State coming out, and this is going to be a key drive for the second half. It's going to determine a lot.
Yeah, it's going to set the tone offensively for Jackson State and also defensively Texas Southern. Can they continue to be aggressive?
The handoff goes to Johnson. He goes around the left side, and he's carrying a defender for about 5 yards. That's number 53 over there, Gary Holmes, before he finally yanked him down.
Just a simple handoff there for Jackson State. Just want to set the tone on the outside edge. Good job there for Texas Southern linebacker to be able to get over there and close in on it.
A nice play. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 5. Another loose ball. This time I think Texas Southern may have gotten on the football. Let's take a look.
Yes, they did. Bad snap originally there for Jackson State. They had bad snaps throughout the first half. Well, it continued over in the second half. But it's all about breaks. And right now, Texas Southern was the first big break here in the second half.
Another low snap there, and Ivy couldn't handle it. The ball is loose, and TSU came up with it. Was it Rye making the recovery inside? We're going to have a special guest in just a minute, but let's stick with TSU here and see if they can punch this drive in. And it is Mario Smalls again at quarterback for Coach Darryl Asbury here in the second half. Smalls turns and hands to Patipa over the right side, and he just about broke that. He was just tripped up a little bit by number 13. That's Kwame Bowens, who just got up there and barely tripped him up.
Well, Butch, the Texas Southern MVP from the first half, Patipa was able to run hard between tackles. He's small enough to hide behind his blockers, but he has the explosive speed to bust right through for the first down.
Patipa had 73 yards rushing in the first half, and that's just tacking on right there. That's a good way to start the second half because it's going to be really crucial if they could cash in this turnover. Smalls on 1st and 10, fakes to Patipa, rolls to his left, fires, and it's going to be almost picked off right there by number 21, Preston Hughes. He read that one all the way.
Yeah, the defense was able to close in on that one as Smalls rolled out there. You see in this replay, as he tried to get his feet settled, 2 or 3 defenders for Jackson State right there to close in on the receiver.
That's just a bad decision. Yeah. He threw that ball, and there was a lot of coverage over there, and that's something the young freshman is going to learn. When you got 3 defenders and 1 receiver, that's not a good idea to send that ball in that direction. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the TSU Tigers now. Mario Smalls has Patipa in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands to Patipa on the draw. He has a hole, slips down, and finally caught at about the 21-yard line before he is slammed back.
First down.
This is probably the play of the second half so far. It's going to be 4th and inches for TSU. They need this first down, obviously, to keep the drive going. Mario Smalls looking to pass, fires for the corner, and he has a man, and the officials say it is incomplete. He was trying to hit Larry Clark over in the corner, and he could not hang on to the football.
Well, that's a really good receiver to go to, and Larry Clark the third if you want to try for a touchdown pass. Larry Clark was able to try to find a way to break away from the defender as it ended up being an incomplete pass.
Wasn't a bad pass, and Clark, those are the kind of catches he's made recently, and he just couldn't quite come up with that when he's under pressure. But so Jackson State, well, now TSU had the wrong sign up now. That was a first down, so the Tigers still have the football. The down marker said fourth down, but apparently it wasn't because the Tigers still have the football, and Patipa takes it running right up the middle.
Well, it's obvious who you need to give the ball to is Patipa. If I was Coach Asbury, continue to feed the beast. And right now he's running hard for this Texas Southern offense. Continue to find a way to give him the ball. As you see in this replay, just a simple lead handoff up in the middle. Just hard-nosed running right there by Patipa.
I think what had happened was Smalls had actually made the first down, and they did not change the down marker on the sideline. Patipa on the handoff around the left side, and he is stacked up inside by a host of tacklers right there from Jackson State. Kwame Bowens is up quickly from the secondary to make the stop.
Well, Butch, I don't agree with that play call there by Coach Asbury. You have success running the ball north and south. Anytime you run the stretch play in the red zone, gives the defense an opportunity to recover, and we just saw it on the last play for Jackson State. Able to recover defensively and make that tackle against Patipa.
Okay, that's fourth down again on the down marker, but this time it really is fourth down. And Chris Medina is going to come on and try to put the Tigers on the board, attempting a 21-yard field goal. Medina's kick is up, and it is good, and the TSU Tigers are on the board. We're going to be back in just a minute with a special guest, but for now, we're going to take a quick timeout with Jackson State leading TSU 6-3.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
And you can see everyone trying to stay warm here at BBVA Compass Stadium tonight. A battle of Tigers. TSU taking on Jackson State, trailing 6-3. And we have a special guest with us in the booth now. It's Miss Jocelyn Adams, the head coach of the TSU volleyball team. A TSU volleyball team that went 7-1 and won the Western Conference Championship for the second consecutive year. You got some skills on that team, don't you?
We're trying. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the season and how things went for your team this year.
We had a tough preseason, and we did that purposely so the girls can be prepared for conference and win the conference 7-0. And unfortunately, last night we dropped our first conference match, but I'm glad to drop that one at this time instead of the conference tournament, so the girls will be ready to go.
Okay, Jocelyn, if you could just hang with us for a little bit. We're going to watch the kickoff here, and it gets away from one of the Jackson State players, and it rolls out of the back of the end zone. That's Alexander Montgomery trying to haul it in. Now, tell me about some of the stars, some of your top players on the team.
Right now we have Kaylee Fluke, who's playing very well. She's a sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas, our middle blocker. We have Robin Shannon, who takes the lead on the outside hitting position. And we have a freshman, Nicole Robinson, and Erica Lewis doing very well on the right side. So we're stacked to go into the conference tournament. We just got to put all the pieces together.
And we're watching TSU, the last drive that led to a field goal. Lemont, they got a lot of things going on, and Chris Medina came on and kicked that field goal. Now it's anybody's ball game.
Texas Southern's definitely back into this ball game, producing points off of turnovers. They had that fumble that they forced against Jackson State. In return, they was able to produce 3 points. Now let's see what their defense can bring to the table.
Ivy back in at quarterback. We mentioned he took a lot of tough shots in the first half. He keeps inside for a short game. Jocelyn, let's talk a little bit. How much of an advantage it is to win the conference championship and then head into the tournament?
It's an advantage. You want to win your conference tournament and get a bid into the NCAA tournament. So we would like to do that. Texas Southern hadn't been there in a while, and we're trying to be the first in about 20-some years to make it happen.
Got to be a lot of excitement on that team, though, for the girls to come in and win a championship like that and have a chance to go even further.
Yeah, very exciting. We so far have beat the defending champions earlier this season, so we're looking to go in and do well in the conference tournament.
Jarius Moore with a carry, and he picks up the first down for Jackson State. A big carry. He had a nice first down there. So tell me a little bit about when your next act, when you're going to play again, and who you're going to play, and if you even know that information yet.
Right now, it looks like we'll be playing Alcorn in the first round. They're the 4th seed on the East, and we're the number 1 seed on the West, so that should be our first round matchup.
Now, did you beat them during the regular season?
We didn't get to play them on the East side because we're divided East and West, but we know that'll be our first round opponent.
Okay, you can see Jackson State again having trouble handling the football in the backfield. Ivy recovered, but it's going to be a big loss. Jocelyn, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
And we wish you nothing but the best of luck, in the SWAC tournament, and hopefully you guys can move on and do better. Thank you very much. That's Jocelyn Adams. She's the head volleyball coach at TSU, and she was letting me know as she walked out, not basketball, it's volleyball. They, of course, are the Western champions, and they're getting set to take part in the SWAC tournament. Here at BBVA Compass Stadium, Jackson State is looking at a 2nd and about 14 after bobbling that ball in the backfield. So how much is scoring so early in the second half going to help the TSU Tigers?
Oh, it helps them tremendously. It builds their confidence and their swagger, especially their defense. What we're seeing there from Jackson State is what they've been known to do the last couple of games, and the reason why they're on a losing streak is that they're beating themselves. I mean, miscues and bot snaps and low snaps and fumbles eventually ends up hurting the offense. I mean, they had tremendous momentum in the first half going into halftime. Right now, everything is on the Texas Southern sideline. Ivy as a quarterback got to find a way to minimize those turnovers and those miscues.
Well, we have a break in the action now. Time to check out the A-Rocket Movers presents Do You Know TSU? I know how much you look forward to this every week. Tonight's question is, what TSU alum is a Grammy Award-winning gospel music artist and radio talk show host?
Oh, I think I got that one.
I think that might be the key. We'll give you some time to think about it, and then we'll check back in with the answer later in the ball game. Jackson State back out on the field. Ivy calling out the signals. In the pocket, looking to throw. Ivy has time. Fires over the middle, has his man. It is caught right there by number 4, and that's Jarius Moore. Brandon Thomas is up quickly to make the stop, but that was a nice connection right there.
I think what would help Jackson State, if I was Coach Jackson for the Jackson State Tigers, let's pick up the tempo. Try to find a way to just pick it up, try to get the team back in rhythm offensively here in the second half. The temperatures dropped a little bit. Let's find a way to get their offense going. I mean, going just, not really picking up the pace is hurting them offensively.
Ivy fires over the middle, and the pass is low and incomplete. He was trying to hit Mole again over the middle, but he could not get the ball up. So that will force a punt, and the TSU Tigers will get it again. Fred Plummer going back to return the punt for TSU. Darcy Williamson is the punter for Jackson State. And he's hit a couple of good ones tonight. Snap to Williamson is good, and he gets the kick away. Plummer hauls it in about the 21. Gets away from one defender, gets around the right side, makes another move, and he's finally pulled down at about the 25-yard line. Trey Jester is there to make the stop. Fred Plummer with a nice return, giving the TSU Tigers the ball. We will see what they can do with the football when we come back, trailing Jackson State 6-3.
When we send an IBEW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by Frenchie's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
And you can see the blankets out there, and the fans are trying to stay warm in this one. It's pretty chilly tonight, but they think that Tiger offense from TSU may warm things up because they have the football starting 1st and 10 from their 25-yard line. Mario Smalls is in at quarterback, the redshirt freshman. He takes the snap, hands to Patipa. He coming left, and he is knocked down right in his tracks there. Number 42, Stacy Noble, up quickly to make the stop along with Javancy Jones.
And again, for Texas Southern, their success running the ball is north and south. Anytime you spread out the defense and try to make them, try to run the ball from sideline to sideline, it helps out Jackson State defense in recovery.
Mario Smalls is 6'2", about 200 pounds, so he's got a little weight on him. 220, actually. Second down for TSU. Smalls back to pass, has a man wide open. It's Fred Plummer, makes a man miss, and he loses the football. Fred Plummer made a couple of nice moves, and while he was juking around, he lost the football, and it's recovered by number 42, Stacy Noble.
And it's too much right there for Fred Plummer on that play. You have to understand when is the best time to go down. He was wide open and coming across the middle in the post route. After that one right there defender, he should have went down, but he's trying to make something happen for his offense.
That's a very good point because he had the first down, and the main thing now is to keep those sticks moving, to keep going down the field. He loses the football there, and Stacy Noble recovers for Jackson State, and now they have the ball.
Excellent
about
field
the
position.
TSU 35.
Yeah, excellent field position.
Lamontez Ivy with a fake, looking to throw it. And he is hit from behind and knocked down by Justin Wheat. Justin Wheat has been putting that pressure on the entire game, and there was number 89 again to take him down. Of course, he's the senior from Houston.
Outstanding job there by Justin Wheat, fighting off two blockers to come from the backside. He earned that sack right there, bringing down Ivy.
Justin Wheat, of course, played his high school ball at Westfield. So it is nice to see a senior come out and make some big plays on senior night.
And also be a local product from Houston.
Lamontez Ivy going to throw it again. Steps up in the pocket, swings it underneath. He has a man. That's Williams, Danny Williams, and he is pulled down right there by Claiborne. And number 23, Michael Holmes, also in on the stop. Danny Williams has been pretty quiet. TSU has done a pretty good job on him today.
Yeah, TSU as a whole, their whole secondary has done an excellent job by kind of shutting down Williams in the first half. Now that's his first reception in the second half.
The TSU defense will have to rise to the occasion again. Third down for Jackson State, 3rd and 11. They have two receivers out to the left. As Ivy goes back to pass, he looks to the right, now back to the left again. Under pressure, cranks it deep, and his pass is going to be intercepted. It is intercepted. Trey Walker You've talked over and over about how he has the size for a defensive back, and that time that size really paid off for Trey Walker.
Yeah, Trey Walker, all SWAC cornerback at 6'3", goes up high. It's just a simple jump ball, and if you throw it up high every time like that, I'm going to bet on Trey Walker for him to come down with the interception. He did that on that last play.
You know, Trey Walker ought to send some Frenchie's chicken to Quentin Salisbury because it was his pressure that caused that interception. It caused Ivy to throw that ball a little floated out there in a situation where he really didn't want to do that, but he had to unload a lot sooner than he wanted to.
Frenchie's chicken, huh?
TSU has the ball deep in its own territory now, starting from the 3-yard line. Mario Small still in at quarterback. He's going to keep it, has a hole, spinning around and picks up a short gain inside.
Good play call there by Coach Asbury to just do a quarterback draw to kind of give you some breathing room with this redshirt freshman there, Mario Smalls. He's already has enough weight on his shoulders right now leading this offense. You do not want to put him in a position where he's in that end zone and cause a turnover.
Henderson made the stop for Jackson State. As you said, Tigers with a little breathing room now. Mario Smalls back to pass. The heat is on, but he has a man. It's Plummer, and that will be good enough for the first down for TSU.
And this time, Fred Plummer was smart enough to understand once he gets his hands on that ball and get the reception, and he has the first down to stay down, because the last time he tried to make more than what it was and ended up fumbling the ball.
Yeah, and that's just it. You have to know when is a good situation to fight for that extra yardage, and that time he made the catch and pulled in a TSU first down. Jimmy Patipa starts up the middle, slips away from a tackler, and he has a short gain inside. So the TSU Tigers were very fortunate to get that football back on the turnaround, on the turnover, and now they can kind of walk it down and try to see if they can't punch it in.
Well, when the second half kicked off, Texas Southern was able to force a turnover and recover the fumble, and they was able to produce points. So, well, let's see what they can do here after that interception by Trey Walker. Can they put up some more points and take this lead here at home on senior night?
Well, to get that first down was huge because that got you out of from deep in your own territory. Smalls comes out now with 3 wide receivers to his right as he takes the snap. He is looking that way, tried to drop off the screen and wisely just threw it into the ground because, again, they are smelling out that screen every time. Guess what, Lemont? It's now time to check back with our A-Rocket movers. Do you know TSU? What TSU alum is a Grammy Award-winning gospel music artist and radio talk show host? Tell us.
Yolanda Adams.
Yolanda Adams. And if we had a prize, you would get it because it is Yolanda Adams, a young lady who can really sing and also an excellent talk show host. So now we go back down to the field. Tigers have a 3rd and a long 6 to go for the first down. Smalls with a blitz coming, and they got there. Number 21 coming hard, Preston Hughes, and he got to Mario Smalls right when he wanted to let that football go, so it's an incomplete pass.
Good closing speed by Hughes, as you see right there. As Smalls was trying to wind up and let the ball go, Hughes was able to come in and close in and knock the ball loose.
They did a great job of disguising that blitz. They did not give it away until the last second he got up on the line, and he had some speed. So Corey Carter will punt it away for TSU. Short kick. And it's going to bounce, and the Tigers are going to let it roll before Michael Holmes and company, Darvion Trahan, will touch it down right there, and that is where Jackson State will start 1st and 10.
Well, if you're Coach Jackson, you know, his first year coming back to his alma mater, you got to find a way to find your center and your quarterback has to be on the same page. The botch snaps and low snaps is unacceptable now in this 3rd quarter going forward. You can't continue to have that offensively. Now, you got to find a way to run the ball, too, because when Jackson State is successfully running the ball against Texas Southern defense, it takes away the pressure on the quarterback.
Well, they got away with it in the first half, but as you said, you cannot keep putting the football on the ground and expect to win a football game. Lamontez Ivy hands it inside. That's Jarius Moore, and he goes nowhere. Zacchaeus Bami-Joko spun him down right there. He might have gotten a yard, maybe.
Just watch Texas Southern defensive linemen up the front just fight off the block and bring them down. Excellent job there.
Number 42, Arthur Rye, also in on the stop for Texas Southern. And I tell you what, Coach Asbury has to be happy with that defensive effort he is getting tonight. Second down for Jackson State. Ivy hands inside again. It's Jarius Moore again, and he is knocked down again after another short gain. Arthur Rye inside again to make the stop.
Again, Jackson State has to establish a running game against Texas Southern if they want to be successful here and walk out of BBVA with a victory. The running game slows down the pressure. It forces Texas Southern to walk guys into the box, which now makes plays right in the hands for Jackson State, which they want to pass the ball anyway.
Lamontez Ivy and Jay State are looking at about 3rd and 5. He's looking to throw the football. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be swarmed under by Justin Wheat, number 89. And the ball is also loose, and TSU is saying they have it, and they do have it. Arthur Rye is the guy who comes up with the football. So that Tiger defense is taking over the complete momentum of this game.
And give all credit to Justin Wheat, the young man out of Houston, Texas. He's been fighting all night for the Texas Southern Tigers. You see him fighting off blocks there, coming around. Good job there by Justin Wheat. This guy's been playing MVP type of play here for Texas Southern all game.
Not only did he jump in there on him, but he made sure he slapped at the football, knocked it loose. Arthur Rye there on the sideline as the rain continues to fall. It's not raining hard, but it is coming down. Mario Smalls, the redshirt freshman, still in at quarterback. Has 2 wide receivers out to his right and 2 to his left. Smalls fires to his left, and that is Larry Clark making the sliding catch there for a short gain.
It's amazing how one team gets all the breaks, which is Jackson State. Now in the second half, it's Texas Southern. This football game is about breaks and momentum. So whoever gets the most breaks and momentum probably end up winning the game, and Texas Southern is getting the most of the breaks here in the second half.
Tigers on 2nd and about 7. It's Patipa on the right side, and he is stacked up inside right there. Number 54, Sean Rise Bishop, is one of the guys making the stop for Jackson State.
Look at the big guys working up front for Texas Southern. They have one of the biggest O-line in the conference. For them to move around and make holes and open holes for Patipa, they're working tonight.
Patipa had a little crack, but it closed up right before he could get there. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for the TSU Tigers. Small's pass is tipped, and it comes in low, trying to hit cross. It is incomplete on the play. So TSU tonight has not really had any success at all passing the football, and that's kind of surprising.
And that's the reason why they're on the losing skid, is because they have inconsistency at the quarterback position the last 3 to 4 games. You know, no team can win with a rotation of 3 or 4 different quarterbacks because it's about timing. And if you don't have the timing with your players, you're not going to be successful throwing the ball.
And you can see the rain is really picking up as Corey Carter comes on to punt the football away. And what a great play down there, but he couldn't quite keep it in. Darvion Trahan tried to keep that ball down at about the 1. But Jackson State will have it at the 20. And how much of a factor is the rain going to be? Because as you can see now, looking out there, it's kind of got a little rain and a little wind.
Yeah, I'll have a little rain, wind, and the fact that it's cold. I mean, it's below 40 degrees here tonight. So let's see what happens offensively for Jackson State. I assume that it will want to run the ball and kind of keep the ball out of the air with this rain coming down and the wind. So they have the lead. I mean, if they can find a way to continue to run the ball with 1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it'll help them in the 4th quarter.
Jackson State took on Alabama State last week, and they lost 26-10. But at one point in that game, Alabama State ran off 26 consecutive points. The give is to Johnson, and the ball is loose. It's scooped up by Quentin Salisbury, and he takes it in. What a play. Quentin Salisbury right there on the spot. He's been playing a fine game tonight. The ball is fumbled, and he scoops it up and walks it in.
Hey, what did I say about breaks and momentum? Right now, Texas Southern is getting all the breaks in the second half. Fumble right there, and as you see the defender at the right place at the right time, as he walks into the end zone for Texas Southern and get the lead.
Johnson's own man got knocked back into him, and the ball comes out. He didn't really expect it. He didn't have it put away. His own man got backed up into him. The ball comes out, and it's picked up in by Quentin Salisbury. What a play for the touchdown for TSU.
A much-needed touchdown, too. And in my opinion, it's only right for the defense to score. They've been playing hard all night, bringing pressure with Bloom and Justin Wheat. It just so happened the ball bounced their way, and they was able to pick it up for a touchdown.
Medina adds the extra point, and the TSU Tigers move in front for the first time tonight. 10-6, they lead Jackson State. So that defense, as you mentioned, has been playing so well all night, and they come up and they put the points on the board also. And when you got these type of conditions, as we take a look at the fumble again, Johnson coming in, his own man knocked the ball out of his hands. Quentin Salisbury picks it up, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Nice hands. Big guy scooped that up really good. Let's go down to Nick Strong now. Nick?
Yeah, guys, on that recovery was Quentin Salisbury, number 45, and what that deal was excited the TSU sidelines. The rain has just started to come down, but the TSU Tigers say it's not going to stop us tonight. They're also having an issue with the balls out there, so I may want to credit Jackson State side. You may want to talk about the Jackson State side football. The footballs had to be covered. They're wet on the sidelines, and it's going to be a little slippery on the way on out, guys. Back up to you in the booth.
Thank you, Nick. And Medina's kick is short and up, and it's going to be taken down right there by number 45, Jabari Payton. So he wisely takes the knee, and that is where Jackson State will start 1st and 10 from that point. Now the game changes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have the lead under these chilly, windy, rainy conditions. So you don't want to be playing catch-up in this kind of environment.
No, but I still believe that Texas Southern still needs to bring that pressure and that sense of urgency. That was helped them get this lead and get back into this game. And if you're Jackson State, you still need to stay calm and collective because you have one more quarter to play here at the stadium at BBVA. So you won't have to be rattled off that fumble.
Lamontez Ivy hands it inside is Jarius Moore, and he is swarmed under by a host of Tigers right there. Sakiru Asafatu is on the play, making a nice stop for TSU.
Well, I'll let you say that again as we play this replay.
Sakiru Asafatu coming up to make a fine stop for the Tigers. And that defense is just swarming all over everything. They're doing a great job tonight of hustling to the football. Second down and about 11 for Jackson State. The handoff inside to the big running back there. It's number 47, Stedman Kapler. He gets his first carry of the night, and you talk about a bowling ball. I mean, this weather is made for that guy, for Stedman Kapler, because he's built low to the ground, and look at him. It's like a Robert Newhouse.
Yeah, at 5'11". They have him listed at 5'11", 250. And he runs downhill very hard.
One of the TSU players is down. They're taking a look at him. It looks like it's Arthel Rye. We can't see what they're looking at there, but hopefully he's okay. Here's the play again. Salisbury has him. Rye comes in with a couple of Bami Joko, and they slam him down. And
looks like a shoulder.
Yep. Let's just hope that's not a serious injury. It's going to be third down now for Jackson State as Rye heads to the sideline. 4 receivers split, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Ivy to throw the football. Fires, has a man open. It's complete to number 81. And he gets out of bounds. A nice play by Danny Williams. Gets out of bounds and picks up that first down.
And Danny Williams is determined to get out to a good start here in the second half. As Ivy hits him out in the flats, he gets away from one defender in the second and pick up the first down for the Tigers.
Well, he made it on his own. Trey Walker had a beam on him and just could not drag him down because he would have had him short of the first down. But J-State gets the first down. Ivy on the pitch to Jarius Moore, and Bami Joko and company Darvion Trahan are all there to make the stop for TSU.
It's amazing what getting the lead would do to your defense. Now, granted, Texas Southern's been playing aggressive all game, but it seems like they got an extra pep in their step down with this lead up by 10-6.
Coach Asbury's defense has pushed the TSU Tigers into the lead. They lead it 10-6. We're going to take a timeout here at BBVA Compass Stadium.
Hello, I'm Alan Helfman, Vice President of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. This is my friend and customer, Miss Georgia Provost. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Chrysler 300. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Ellen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby and the Southwest Freeway.
Watching with Ramsey. All he does is yell. They can't hear you, Ramsey. But every time he's come over this year, we've won. And he always brings Bud Light. Little dog won't come out from under the couch. But we're winning. I love you, Ramsey.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
We head into the fourth quarter with the TSU Tigers leading Jackson State 10-6. Jackson State with the football facing a second and about 13. Lamontez Ivy has been the quarterback all the way for Jackson State. He's calling out the signals again in the spread offense. Hands it inside. Jarius Moore scoots right up the middle, and he picks up a big gain. That's 16 yards and the first down on the play. Darvion Trahan came in to make the stop.
And, Butch, that's huge for Jackson State momentum and confidence going into this fourth quarter. Give all the credit to Texas Southern in the third quarter. But an explosive run down the middle, down Broadway, right there for the running back for Jackson State.
And that is Jarius Moore heading to the sideline, and it looks like he is holding his shoulder on the play. That could be a huge, huge play later in this game. The pass complete. Ivy has his man. That's number 81, Danny Williams. And I mentioned in the first half, Danny Williams wasn't that big a factor as Michael Holmes made the stop, but he has been a factor here in the second half. He's been the one receiver he's been able to connect with.
You have to understand, Danny Williams was at the beginning of the game. He needed 150 yards to become 1,000 yards receiving this season, and he's determined to get that here in the second half. Great job to be aggressive in the second half.
Johnson on the carry, breaks the tackle, and he picks up about 8 on the play. Knocked down by Arthel Rise, so it's good to see Arthel back in the game. Jackson State hands inside again. No, Ivy keeps this time, coming around the left side, and he's got to get down. Trey Walker made sure he had nowhere to go, and then the Tevin Wilcox came on to just finish the play off.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to find a way to turn it up. You can't run horizontal against this speedy Texas Southern defense. You got to find a way to find the crease and turn up and get some positive yards.
That's going to bring up third down and almost 3, about 2.5 for Jackson State. Ivy slips it inside to Johnson, and he gets free along the outside, diving over the 10 for the first down. Zacchaeus Bemijoko coming up with the stop for Texas Southern.
Well, Butch, if Texas Southern's not careful, Jackson State's going to find a way to get back into this game. They're running the ball successfully right off the left-hand side there, something that they saw in the third quarter. They are attacking here in this fourth quarter off the left side on that Texas Southern defense.
J-State with the ball slipped to Robert Johnson again, number 20. And he takes it inside for a short game. Rye there for the stop for TSU. It's an important drive in this ball game because to this point, the TSU defense has not given up a touchdown in this game.
You got to also understand, coming into the third quarter, after that turnover, Texas Southern pretty much owned that third quarter from there on out. This is the beginning of the fourth quarter, which Coach Jackson, you see right there on the sideline, but this is experience coming from the NFL, first year coaching at his alma mater, telling the guys, this is a brand new quarter. We got to find a way to get back into this game, and it starts right now in this offensive series.
Well, it's a big series. It really is a huge series. But while we have a chance, I want to remind everyone you can catch the home games live via our web stream at tsuball.com/live, tsuball.com. It's your #1 source for Tiger football, and we will see you again next year after this season. This could be the ball game. I mean, I know we got 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, but it's a huge, huge situation. Jackson State wanted to talk about it, wanted to make sure they had the right play call for this situation. Second and go. Ivy looking to throw under pressure, and he is hit and knocked down by Claiborne.
Claiborne, the transfer there from
Darian Claiborne came in untouched from his linebacker spot, and he came up with the sack.
And when you come unclear like that, unclean, unblocked, but you got to make the play. And right there, Claiborne did exactly that on that last one, coming unblocked on the backside blitz.
Way to dial up a blitz at the most opportune time. That's going to set them back and force a 3rd and long for Jackson State. Ivy has his receiver split wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Ivy looking to throw again. Lots of time, but he couldn't find anybody. Great coverage, and it's Claiborne out there to yank him down after a short gain.
I like how Texas Southern recovered defensively. They gave up 2 big runs, then they had the blitz and the sack by Claiborne. And this play right here by their defense, you can see them not giving up, pursuing to the ball. Excellent job there by keeping Ivy in bounds and bringing them down.
You Harold Jackson, do you go for the first down or do you kick it here?
Oh, if I have a field goal kicker like him, I'll definitely go for it. I mean, he's only missed 1 tonight.
They're going to attempt the field goal. Ryan Deasing, 2 for 3 so far on the night. This one from 32 yards, and it is
good.
I mean, it is barely good. Couldn't tell whether or not it was tipped, but Ryan Deasing barely gets the field goal through, and it is good enough to tighten up this game. Right now, the TSU Tigers lead it 10-9. We'll be back with more in just a few minutes.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
Welcome back to BBVA Compass Stadium, where those youngsters having themselves a blast, enjoy seeing themselves on the big screen, and I'm sure enjoying the fact that TSU is winning the game 10-9 over Jackson State.
Great job defensively for Texas Southern to fight off the offensive push for Jackson State. Eventually they gave up 3 points, but I like that effort late in that series.
Williamson with the kickoff. And it's Andre Woods around the right side, and in comes the flag. We will see what the call is, but usually that's a clip or a hole in that spot. But the Tigers had good field position at that point. Let's check out the call.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, number 41, 10-yard penalty, first down.
As we thought, referee Eddie Kelly confirmed it. It is holding against the TSU Tigers, so this will push them a little deeper. They're going to lose a lot of field position on that.
Looking at the scoring drive, I thought Jackson State did an excellent job establishing the run up the middle. From there, it opened up the passing game for Williams to be able to come across the middle against Texas Southern secondary. But
Robert Johnson, he just came on, that guy. He could move it inside. He just picked up the tough yards for them.
Then Claiborne with the coming unblocked with the backside blitz with the sack, which forced a field goal, making the score now 10-9.
Patipa on the carry, and he has a short gain around the left side as he is stacked up right there. Cornelius Henderson comes up in a hurry to make the stop. That sack by Claiborne play of the game.
Yeah.
That's really what saved the touchdown and allowed them to get a field goal instead of a touchdown.
No doubt about that.
TSU operating now is going to be second and about 8 for the TSU Tigers. Redshirt freshman quarterback Mario Smalls is in the game. He's played the entire second half, and the Tigers are leading it. Smalls back to pass, decides to pull it down. Can't find anyone, tries to throw it away, and he got away with one right there because that looked like a freshman mistake. It is incomplete, but he floated that ball, and you really don't want to do that in that situation.
No, not against an aggressive Jackson State defense. And so far, this whole game, since Mario Smalls has been in, he hasn't really been settled in that pocket as far as passing the ball. He always looks like he's rushed. His feet is not settled, and you can see it when he throws the ball.
TSU just has not really gotten the passing game in gear tonight. This time, Smalls has 3 receivers over to the right of your screen as he calls out the signals. Hands up the draw inside to Denson. Picks up a nice gain and the first down for Texas Southern. So that was a huge, huge play.
And how hard is that? I mean, really. I mean, to run the ball down Broadway, Main Street, or whatever you want to call it, 59 Highway, just run the ball. I mean, run it down right at Jackson State. Put pressure on Jackson State and stop trying to pass the ball.
He hands inside to Denson again, and this time he's cracked down after about a gain of 3. But yeah, I know there's something to that, Lehman. You're right. Spread the field out, sell the pass, and then slip it inside for the draw, and he picks up 12 yards. Smalls fakes it to Patipa, keeps up the middle, and Mario Smalls picks up another first down for TSU.
Another direct run right at the defense. Anytime you attack Jackson State head on, you have some success here in this drive. And Mario Smalls was on that last run, was able to fall forward for the first down.
He did a great job operating that zone read. He kept the football, picked up the first down. Nice play. So the TSU Tigers will operate 1st and 10 from about the 45-yard line. Mario Smalls hands it this time, and that's Denson again, and Denson is thrown back by number 93, Cornelius Henderson. We've called out his name a few times tonight.
Yeah, Henderson has been the go-to guy defensively for the Jackson State Tigers. Just see him here fighting. And once he gets his hands on, he's like a bear. Once he gets his hands on the running back, he's going down automatically.
Denson never had a chance on that one. He kept, about the time he got the football, that's the time Henderson arrived. 2nd and 11 for TSU. Smalls rolling to his left, and it's intercepted. The pass is picked off. Here comes Jackson State. Number 27 is Justin Jemison. He's in, and he makes the interception. And the big thing about Jimison, he's playing tonight for Robert Porter, who's like their best defensive back, who's suspended because of the fight last week.
And it goes back to what I said about Mario Smalls. Never been settled in the pocket, always rolling out. His feet is not planted. And as you see that, he throws an interception.
Sit tight. Jackson State coming up with the interception there as we head to break. TSU clinging to a 1-point lead, 10-9 over the Jackson State Tigers.
I'm Percy Cruzo. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
The environment is my passion. Every day I live for the outdoors and all of its challenges. That's why I enlisted in the Coast Guard. Now, I serve to protect the environment and defend my country. It's like I was born for this.
Were you born ready for a greater challenge? Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
When we send an IBEW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
We have the Tigers versus the Tigers here at BBVA Compass Stadium. I'm Butch Alcindor along with Lemont Williams. Right now, Jackson State starting 1st and 10 from the TSU 36-yard line. Ivy with the pass has his man. It is complete for a short gain over to Jarius Mold. Michael Holmes is up quickly with the stop for the TSU Tigers.
And Coach Jackson from Jackson State got a huge Christmas gift there on that interception. Gave his team some life here in the fourth quarter. Now he's trying to find a way to get some points on the board because last time they settled for the field goal.
Yeah, it seems like Jackson State has been down in this territory a lot throughout the game. Ivy looking to throw again. Lots of time. He fires, and it's going to be close. He had number 81 open, Danny Williams, but the official said, no, sir, it's incomplete.
Pass a little low there from Ivy to Williams. You see here, just real low. Williams did a good job of covering it up.
He was open, just a bad pass, and on a night like tonight, it's very easy for that football to slip out of your hands.
With the Texas Southern Band, please refrain from playing when the team comes up to the line of scrimmage. Thank you.
And that's a note to the Texas Southern Band. Do not play when the teams are at the line of scrimmage. So we got that straight. Now let's go 3rd down for Jackson State. Ivy going to throw another one. Lots of time.
Yeah.
He was wide open. He hit his man right there. Found number 45, Jabari Payton, open. Brandon Thomas knocked him down. Let's go down to Nick Strong now on the sideline. Nick?
Hey, down here on the sideline, the mood is still nice here on the Tiger sideline. After that last turnover, head coach Darrell Asbury pulled his quarterback, Mario Small, to the side and said, son, keep playing. We've got more football to play. Head coach Darrell Asbury is confident about his offensive side of the football. Back up to you guys.
And it's Jackson State with another run. That's Robert Johnson, the big back, taking it all the way down inside the 5-yard line. That's a huge first down, setting up a 1st and goal from that point. You see him starting inside and then bouncing it.
Yeah, strong run from the inside to out. And they're starting to wear down the Texas Southern defense as they enter the red zone.
Brandon Thomas with a big stop to knock him down. Right there. Ivy hands it again to Johnson, and he has nowhere to go. Couple of Tigers there early, starting with Brandon Thomas, who went low on the play to knock him down.
You see Brandon Thomas coming from the front side, but watch Claiborne. He's blitzing from the backside as well. double trouble right there for Jackson State's running back.
Well, last time they put the pressure on them, they fired a couple of blitzes, and it worked. Knocked them back out of that red zone, and they had to settle for a field goal. So now you're looking at 2nd and goal for Jackson State. Ivy with the fake. Keeps around the right side, under pressure, fires into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. He finds right there, it's Jarius Mole for the touchdown.
Wow.
And Ivy just bought some extra time. He continued to roll out to the right. He kept his eyes downfield and made the connection.
Excellent job there by Lamontez Ivy. Was able to get away from the defender right there and extend the play, like you said, Butch, and find his man in the end zone for their first touchdown here tonight in Houston, Texas.
He's so strong. He can be running one way. He reminds me of Steve McNair, the way he just flipped that ball. It looked like it was all risk, and then it's there, right there to the open guy for the touchdown. So Jackson State is going to go for 2 now after scoring the touchdown. 15-10. Jackson State is leading TSU with 6 minutes to go in the game. Ivy on the reverse to Moles, who throws, and it is incomplete. Michael Holmes breaking up the play for TSU. A little trickery there. Michael Holmes is there to say, not in my house tonight. So TSU comes up with a big defensive play to stop the 2-point conversion as we head to break. Jackson State back out in front, 15-10 over the TSU Tigers.
It's the end of an era.
All the parties, the stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell. You were my first.
What? I knew it. I knew it.
It's true.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I broke your leg.
I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa. Check out this new couch.
And welcome back to BBVA Compass Stadium, where the Jackson State Tigers have just jumped back in front. They now lead TSU 15-10 with 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
Oh, we have a ball game now, Butch.
You know, and the Tigers have had several games just like this, with the game in the balance late in the game. They've had 2 or 3 games that could have went either way down the stretch.
Yeah, it seems like every time we call a game here at home, it seems like it's back and forth for Texas Southern.
Williamson with the kick. He kicks it on the ground, spins it. It's going to be picked up by the Tigers, and number 43 falls on it. That's Joshua Taylor, and that is where TSU will start 1st and 10 from about their 19-yard line.
Now, it's tough, right? If you're Coach Asbury, as you see the scoring drive here.
That was huge.
Yeah. That interception sets the tone for the 6-play, 36-yard drive for Jackson State. And from there, it was all Ivy leading his team down the field and eventually getting to the end zone by extending that play and throwing that touchdown pass.
Justin Jemison coming up with that big interception that turned the momentum in this game, really. And then you have Ivy rolling to his right, looking, and firing in the end zone to Mole for the touchdown. That was a big-time play right there.
Yeah, that interception was definitely huge. Much needed.
They had the heat on Ivy, and he made him play. Now, can the redshirt freshman Mario Smalls take the Tigers pretty much 81 yards to get a score? His first pass is complete to Plummer. That's about a 6 or 7 yard gain for Fred Plummer. one of the seniors playing his last ball game for TSU.
The underneath routes works from the outside when you have guys playing off you.
Handoff inside to Jimmy Patipa, and there is no room at all. He goes under, and you can see guys just grabbing at that football now.
Yes, no penetration, no way, no holes opened up for Patipa on that one. He just ran into a wall.
Javancy Jones coming in to make the play.
Keep your eye on the clock.
The clock is ticking down, and Coach Asbury's team is looking at a 3rd and about 2 for the first down. He's got the spread offense working here. He's got 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Mario Smalls looking to throw, throws underneath, has a man. That's number 14, Tracy Johnson, who comes up with a big play, and that is a huge first down for TSU.
And Mario Smalls might be a redshirt freshman, but he was a senior on that play, taking a shot and standing tall in the pocket and still able to deliver the ball to his receiver for the first down. He felt the pressure coming, stood there, took the pressure on, and was able to complete the pass with the first down.
Preston Hughes making the stop for Jackson State. TSU hands inside to Denson, has a hole, and he goes 9 big yards right up the middle. Denson with a fine play. Arian McCree is there to finally trip him up.
And now Texas Southern is rolling offensively, finding a way to get the ball down the field. I like that call right there, running the ball straight at Jackson State.
They're doing a good job keeping Jackson State off balance right now. Clock down to 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Second down for the TSU Tigers. Mario Smalls at quarterback, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, and Smalls has a first down for TSU.
And we're starting to see the leadership of Mario Smalls and see why Coach Ashbury went with him in the second half or throughout the game. And he just decided to keep the ball, fake the pitch, picks up the first down for Texas Southern.
Ronald Fuller is there to make the stop for Jackson State. So the Tigers close in on midfield as they get close to midfield. Denson on the carry, and not much room there inside at all. He's knocked down by Taylor Washington, who's up in a hurry to make the stop.
Texas Southern is trying to go with a quicker tempo right now here in the fourth quarter as we go under 4 minutes, trying to find a way to keep Jackson State defensively off balance.
Not a lot of room there for Denson, the Louisiana native, as he puts his head down and makes the most out of it, but it wasn't much there. So now we're looking at a second down and about 8 yards to go for TSU. Smalls looking around the pass, fires inside, and it is incomplete. He was trying to hit Carpenter. The pass was behind him, and he really had no shot. I thought the guy on the outside might have been open on that play.
Just the pressure up front in front of Smalls, and he rushed that pass as he was trying to catch the receiver coming across in the crossing route. Just as simple, you see in this replay, the pressure there in his face, just had to rush the pass.
Well, the same thing happened on, it's going to be timeout Texas Southern, but the same thing happened on the interception because he's locking in on one receiver right now, and that's how they jumped on the pass there. And he was watching Carpenter that time all the way. And while we have a second Lehman, I want to remind everybody, don't miss the TSU women's basketball team as they take on Tulsa on November 25th. That game will tip off at 2:30 p.m. at the Hilton PE Arena. Tickets are on sale now, so log on and get your tickets today. The women's basketball team is looking for big things this season. You know, like I said, we've been down this road before in the TSU game, especially at home. All the home games have been very hard fought and very competitive. We have 3:10 to go in the fourth quarter right now, and the TSU Tigers are looking at a 3rd and about 8. Kind of a pretty much situation where you're putting the redshirt freshman on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah. He's learning on the go. He's earning his job every play after, every down after every down. He's earning his spot as a starting quarterback.
3rd and 8 from the 49. Mario Smalls has some time. Looking around, fires in a crowd, and has his man. That's a completed pass to Larry Clark.
The 3rd.
And Clark thinks that he was held on the play. There is a flag on the field, so maybe he was held. And if he was.
Yeah, pass interference on defense.
Pass interference. Defense, number 12. Spot foul, automatic, first down.
And Eddie Kelly is there to confirm it again. He was held, made the catch anyway, but it's going to be a first down. That's the big thing.
But look at that throw there by Mario Smalls. The redshirt freshman was able to thread the needle on 2 defenders despite his receiver being pass interference on that play. I mean, that's an excellent pitch and catch there from Mario Smalls to Larry Clark III. Remember that combination. They're going to be saying that we're going to be saying that quite often next year, Butch.
This drive started at the 19, and now they have pushed it into Jackson State territory. Rain's still coming down. It's kind of more like a mist at this point. But we have 3:03 to go in the fourth quarter. TSU trailing by 5.
Defensive pass interference on the spot foul. First down, Texas Southern University at the spot.
So TSU will start 1st and 10 from about the 44-yard line. Mario Smalls turns and hands to Denson, and that big offensive line had that push forward, and Denson just goes in right behind him.
But also, you got to remember what I said earlier, Butch. Keep your eye on the clock. Texas Southern's doing an excellent job by pushing the ball down the field, but they can't produce any points off this drive. It's going to hurt them if they give the ball back to Jackson State because they're not going to have that much time on the clock left.
Preston Hughes there to make the stop, but the other thing is also the clock is really important because they're not playing for a field goal. They need a touchdown in this situation. We had another game earlier this year against Mississippi Valley where they were looking for a field goal to win it. That's a little different. You want to burn all that clock, but now you got to try to get it down there and get that touchdown. Mario Smalls, 2nd down and about 8 for TSU. Fakes the handoff, steps up, throws it deep, has a man. Larry Clark was giving chase, but the pass was too long.
Good defensive play there for the secondary, especially number 2.
Antonio Sutton on the coverage.
Yeah, Antonio Sutton was able to stay with him. I liked his coverage on that play. Didn't give up the pass interference or any extra bump. Now it's forcing the 3rd down for Texas Southern.
You mentioned Antonio Sutton earlier in the game because he's doing a great job on one-on-one coverage. He's been on that island a couple of times, and both times he was running stride for stride with the receiver. You can see the TSU band members, they've all broken out the raincoats now. And Coach Asbury is more concerned with the clock. 3rd down and about 8 to go for TSU. Mario Smalls has some time, but now he doesn't. Rolls to his right. He's going to keep it. Still on his feet. Breaks the tackle, and he's going to be close. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds. Either way, TSU is going to have to go for it on 4th down. So whether he picked it up or not, they will have to go.
Well, if you ever wanted to find the heart of this team, there you go on that play right there. Mario Smalls was able to run the ball and find something out of nothing. He was able to get away from one defender, bounce back, and still fight and try to get the 1st down. So Mario Smalls is a tough individual. We're seeing this a lot from him tonight here on this senior night.
This could be the ball game. 1:45 to go. TSU looking at a 4th and about 2 with the red shirt freshman Mario Smalls, and the whistle blows right as the snap took place.
Timeout, Texas Southern. 2nd charge, 30-second timeout.
And Coach Asbury wants a little time to think about it because could be the ball game right here.
Oh, yeah. This is it. This is their season right now. I mean, they're 3-7. They're 4-5, and they have a chance to, come away with a winning season. This is it right here, Butch. They have to get a chance to get this 1st down, and hopefully from after that produce a touchdown.
Tigers with a win tonight would be 6-5. That would give them that first winning season since 2010. So, and it's all riding on this one play right here. So, Coach, if you ever have a play that you're sitting on, you have a play in your repertoire that you know is worth a good 10 yards. This is the play. A couple of times they've been in this situation. They've looked deep with the pass. This is not a situation. I hope he looks underneath this time and tries to, go for the yardage he needs because you're taking a shot. This could be it.
No, this is it. I mean, this is it. If you don't get it, ball's turned over on downs to Jackson State. Most likely they will be in the victory formation. and end up winning this game on the road.
Okay, we have the key play of the ball game, 4th down and about 2 for TSU, with Mario Small seeing his first game action tonight at quarterback. Tigers trail by 5, 15-10.
Here we go.
Smalls takes the snap, comes on the option left, pitches out to Denson. He cuts it inside, and he's going to be very close. This one is going to depend on the spot. The Jackson State players say they have the football. They say they stopped him, but Denson, that little extra effort may have gotten him to the sticks. And it's Denson who's down on the play.
He took a shot at the end, but he worked his butt off to get close to that first down. Just goes with the speed option to the left. Small sells it as long as he could and pitches it out to Denson. Big hard hit right there. But look at those legs of Denson to continue to move his feet and lean forward for another 2-3 more yards and hopefully the first down for Texas Southern.
Sean Bishop was one of the guys for Jackson State there on the stop, and it really is just going to depend on the spot because that little extra effort right at the end, he may have gotten close. There's also a Jackson State player shaken up on the play, Preston Hughes, and he goes off on the other side. And there's also a TSU player down. There's been no signal yet from the officials, so when we come back from this injury situation, they're going to have a measurement, and we'll see whether or not the TSU Tigers still have the football. And there's another look at it. He's trying to drive with his legs. Denson trying to stretch out to get everything he can get. And it looks like his shoulder was just driven into the ground.
Yeah, the momentum of him leaning forward and the defender on his back puts a lot of extra weight on that upper body, especially the collarbone, shoulder area. And you can see him right now grabbing on his armpits.
Sean Bishop rode him down, but here we come. This is a very, very crucial spot in this ball game.
Be tough for TSU to lose their season off this.
The officials make the spot, and the TSU Tigers come up inches short. So Jackson State will get the football back with 1:37 to go.
Very tough for Texas Southern. They worked so hard all season to fight and push and then walk away off this field on a game of inches. This game is about inches, Butch, and you know this. We just saw that on that last play.
That's what it came down to right there. So we'll have to see what the timeout situation is for TSU and how that comes into play here. But 1:37 to go in the game, and they trail 15-10. We'll see what Jackson State does as they come out. The fans want them to challenge the play, but I don't think they realize that there's no instant replay in the swag. Montez Ivy is going to down the football.
The guys have to play clean football. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys out there frustrated. It's senior night for Texas Southern, but you want to end on a high note. You got to be professional, and let's end up, just play clean Texas Southern football.
Well, that's a good point because, it's actually been a year of streaks for Texas Southern. They started the year off winning 4 straight games, and then we came into action tonight. They had dropped 6 of their last 7 games, but they were all the games at home were extremely close.
Yeah, that's the tough part is when you play close games and you lose them because you know that, it's one thing to be beat and beat badly at home. It's another thing to be competitive and be close in games and you still lose. Those are the ones that stick with you the most.
I can think of 2 or 3 games that we did this year here at BBVA Compass Stadium where it very easily could have ended up being a TSU win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The only game we really called here where it was kind of out of range and out of reach for the opponent was the Texas College game. Texas Southern really jumped on Texas College early, and I think that was weak.
While we have a chance, let's give a big shout out to Washington Redskins VP Tony Wiley, who actually checks out the broadcast. He's a big TSU fan. And Tony, if you're listening tonight, it was a whale of a season, and it's only going to get better. Second down for Jackson State. Lamontez Ivey's just going to take the knee again, and he does. That'll run the clock with 1:30 to go in the game. Ball is on the 29-yard line. They're just going to let the clock tick down.
Yeah, it looks like it. With 17 seconds on the play clock, at least will get the game clock underneath 1 minute.
Third down, and we assume Ivey's just going to take a knee again. Snaps the football, goes down again on the knee. A lot of action going inside. They don't call it the trenches for nothing. A lot of action going on there.
Guys still trying to play hard for Texas Southern to the end. A lot of these guys, there's 21 seniors on the team. This is it. Some might make it on to the next level. Some, this is it for them. Looks like it's going to be a difference of 1 or 2 seconds, huh?
They're going to let it go all the way down, which is the smart thing to do. Coach Darryl Asbury shouting out instructions. Okay, J-State uses the timeout, and let's see if they punt the football away, because if they go back and punt formation, you got a shot at blocking this thing with 10 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, but I can see them kind of snapping the ball to the punter. He's running around for about a good 3 to 4 seconds to kind of kill some more time before he punts it.
It's interesting to see what they do, because that's a good point. If you got 5 seconds left in the game, you can do that pretty easily.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would let the punter run around with the ball with these big old guys chasing him. So we'll see what they do, because 10 seconds is a little different. Now, he may just take it and turn around and give them the safety. He may do that too. Williamson is on to punt it, and oh, the Tigers almost came away with a block. It's Plummer who hauls in the punt, and he is snowed under right there, and the clock ticks down to 0, and that's going to be it. TSU Tigers tonight involved in a hard-fought game against the Jackson State Tigers, but they came also close to blocking that punt.
Yeah, they sure did, and that was a huge punt for Jackson State as they find a way to squeeze this win in on the road, tough environment, cold weather. Great job for Jackson State Tigers.
It looks like it was Eric Mitchell that was close, but that's going to do it here from BBVA Compass Stadium. TSU losing a very frustrating game to Jackson State tonight, 15-10. Thank you for being with us throughout the season and supporting the TSU Tigers. For Lemont Williams and Nick Strong, I'm Butch Alcindor. We'll see you again next year.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you were born ready. Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
Ugh, why did she pack these things? I ate one by accident last time, and we won. It's good luck. But it tastes like a dirty old tree branch. What the heck is Quino? But this is for first place.
What is that, a loofah?
It's a Quino.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.